James Harden turned the clock back and dropped 45 on the Boston to win 119-115 to go up 1-0. The Nuggets took a 2-0 series lead versus the Suns last night, a 97-87 win. The Joker went for 39. Chris Paul left the game with groin tightness in the third. Also tonight, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Warriors, Lakers at 9.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up, wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the backboard. The left hand slam.
I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
How about them Cowboys?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I kiss excellence.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
It's R&R in the morning, a Tuesday edition here on San Antonio Sports Star. That is Rudy J, an award-winning journalist. I am Rob Thompson, sitting eating some eggs, and that is Easy E. Edwin Hefner on the other side of the double pane glass. How's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
Lovely. Cannot complain.
Good.
Ready to get it going. How are you doing, sir?
I'm all right.
You all right?
I was going to say good because no one cares if you're
doing
not doing
bad,
good.
right?
Just keep it to yourself.
Yeah, everybody's doing bad. Everybody got a story, right?
Well, not everybody. I think maybe everybody.
We all got a story to tell.
Yeah, well, I'm getting into our StreamYard. Go watch us live. Our
Yes,
YouTube
please.
feed is in full effect.
And subscribe to San Antonio Sports Star. Please click that subscribe button. Good morning, Ms. Gonzalez.
Like, listen, and share. For those that are listening closely, I promise you, listener, I promise you, Easy E,
Okay.
I promise Tim Spence, Lord of all timing, that at 7:05, I'm giving away Viva La Brawl tickets. We will give them away. Listen for the sounder. It's highly produced, oversaturated, and ready for your digestion. 7:05, 8:05, 9:05. I got Viva La Brawl tickets to give away. In fact, all those fighters, several of them anyway, going to be out live at Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar tomorrow night. Which location? I guess I should have that in front of me. For
It's been Thousand Oaks.
pre-fight. That's what you'd think it was Thousand Oaks. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
They are back to the mothership, North Star locale.
Gotcha.
3 to 7 tomorrow. Go check them out right behind North Star, the OG locale, Slackers Sports and Arcade Bar. Meet the fighters. So last night was the Met Gala.
Yo, so
Did
I
you-
saw Puff. I saw P. Diddy's outfit. It looked crazy. I think he did it with Lagerfeld.
That's me. Don't worry
okay.
about it. That's
It's all good. Do your
unintended
thing.
sound.
So what was the craziest outfit you saw? Because that's what the Met's all about, right? How crazy you can get, but keep it chic.
I think Little Nas X was all in silver. That was odd.
Man. It's not really odd.
Jared Leto came in a cat suit.
Who is Julie? Can't give me real names. I need
He
Song
plays
to-
weirdo characters all the time. I think he was a Joker in
in the Joker movie.
no, not that one. Maybe the newest Joker. I know he was a Joker with the movie with the Man, I don't know. I sound like my
It's all-
grandmother.
As long as you know who Jared Leto
Well,
is, it
he's-
don't matter if I do.
if you saw him, you'd know him. He came in a full-on fluffy cat suit.
Okay. What else did we see?
You had Rihanna in what looked to be kind of like a slee stack kind of flower hood thing going on, where she just stuck her head out of this pile of flowers.
We'll have to text and tweet some of these pictures out.
Well, the reason I was asking was, did you get any, I don't know, inspiration for Friday night? So you need to go
From the
back.
Met Gala?
I saw a lot of dudes in capes. Maybe you need a cape.
Is it a cape season?
Well, isn't it always cape season, Rudy? Especially if you're a superhero.
You know what? I've never worn a cape. Morning, Vince. Never worn a cape.
I would brag about that. I would like to think most people haven't worn a cape.
I mean, never. But maybe Halloween '86
or
was the last time I wore a
when you
cape.
were Count Dracula, when you were.
No, I've never been
vampire?
Count Dracula. Oh, you know what? No, never worn a cape.
So I was going to say, if you weren't a vampire, why were you wearing a cape unless you were a superhero? That's the only two occasions I think in the modern
So
world, you're
what's
allowed to
this-
wear a cape.
I think the farthest thing I've done, one family reunion we did a masquerade. That's this as far as I've gone, like as far as, and that ain't even,
Shoot, my family, we dress up. We put on
well, see, I know
costumes.
y'all just did a hat party.
We did the hat party. We did we always do, well, not always. We've hosted murder mysteries where you have to come in character.
But dressed up.
Yeah, dressed in character for an in-house murder mystery. I don't know. For whatever reason, the Thompson clan, we put on costumes.
What did you wear?
Well, we just did it over Christmas. I think I was a chauffeur. Yeah, I had to dress like a chauffeur. Black suit, black hat. Don't ask me why I have a chauffeur costume.
I don't know why. Well, everybody has a black suit. It is black suit, white shirt, black tie.
I got
chauffeur is
but I had the hat,
basic.
which was I actually have a hat.
You actually have
it's
a
kind of a black
hat.
military hat, but it doubles up.
It's all good.
How much?
No, I love
did
the
you
Met.
watch? The Met last night. I saw the red carpet. I mean, I would have thought you'd have seen
I
more
like
of that.
it.
I appreciate the Met. If you go into it going, this is not about the clothes, it's the art. It's pushing boundaries. And if you go there, then
Well, the
it's
thing
still
is,
silly.
you get to be whatever you want to be for one night. That's what I like about it. Like, you know what? I can just, whatever I think of course, I'm not going to have somebody be able to see, tailor it. But whatever I can possibly think of, I get to wear it that night and not get judged about it.
Well, I'm going to judge you.
No,
You want to be judged. That's why you wear that stuff.
You don't want to be judged.
Oh, yeah, you do.
You just want to be like, hey, here I am.
If you got up yesterday and said, you know what I'm wearing tonight? I'm going to put on a black thong, and then I'm going to cover myself in paste, and I'm going to roll around in glitter. I'm going to cover myself in glitter.
And it's just judgment
and
free
a
zone.
black thong. I'm going out to be judged.
No, you're not going out
yes,
to
you
be
are.
judged.
You're going, man.
No, it's not about being
Don't
judged.
judge me.
No, it's not that.
I just want to be in glitter.
No, you're not judging. You're just like, hey, like what you did. Nobody's going to be like,
Judge
that
me.
looks terrible, because all of it looks terrible.
Well, yeah, you expect.
So that's why it's judgment free.
It's not. I think it's total judgment. You just expect them to get blown up. I mean, Jared Leto yesterday decided, you know what? I'm gonna put on this giant cat suit.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's a free for all.
No, I'm down.
I'm down. I love the Met,
but I wouldn't do that.
Why not? That's what I'm saying.
I would
That's
have been
the
watching
one
games.
Yeah. How many games did you watch?
I fell asleep
On what?
for watching Denver. Fell asleep.
Well, that was a 97-80. And see, in today's NBA, 97-87 is boring and low scoring.
And Boston choked. You got to question what's his name? Montana Mamula.
But yeah, he makes some weird decisions.
That was
sometimes.
a strange closeout. Hit your free throws, by the way, Miss Tatum.
Missoula.
That was a poorly executed last 5 minutes, if you ask me.
Well, the thing there, I mean, again, first of all, he was thrown into the fire. Okay, he probably wasn't even ready to be a head coach, but yet he's done a good
Yeah,
job.
he's done all right.
But in your first year as a head coach, you're gonna make some mistakes.
At home, minus Embiid, you give that away. That's what we call in many industries a career-limiting move, a CLM. Now they're going to have to come through. James Harden got some positive karma, man. Did he shake off Manu? Can that meme go away after last night? 8 seconds to go.
No.
Big shot to close it out.
Well, that's never gonna go away for us.
But I felt like after the season that he had, where he'd played the best basketball, no, I shouldn't put it that way. The most well-rounded, team-friendly season that James Harden has had since he was a rookie at Oklahoma. I mean, he just did everything required of him, nothing more. And last night, as he said, we lost 30 points of scoring. I had to come in and see what I could do. And positively, he affected the game in every good way.
Well, yesterday that I asked the question. Yesterday, I was like, "Can James go back into that bag?"
Mm-hmm.
Because he hasn't been in that bag for 90 games. It's been 90 games where James. Well, they swept Brooklyn, didn't they? So, 86 games. 86 games where he's been a true point guard in every sense of the word. Does he still have that in his bag to go and drop 40 like we seen him do? This is the third that he's dropped had a 40-point playoff game for. That's rare air. It's like LeBron, Wilt Chamberlain. It's really, really rare what he did last night. But I didn't know if he was like, can he turn that back on at the drop of a dime? And I guess he answered the question. And he shut up the haters because a lot of people had a lot to say about him flying to Vegas. Even though Mike and Dennis Rodman, like, that was normal stuff.
I don't care. Why do we care? Well, you know what? With James Harden, you had to prove something.
Well, it's
now,
not that you don't care. It's not that you don't care, Rob. It's just we talking about judgment. If he would have played bad last night, then we'd be like, see, that's why you don't need to be going to Vegas and blah, blah, blah. Like, remember when Romo went to Cabo and everybody made a big deal of it? I don't know if it was or not, but maybe it was. The same thing.
And tonight, we get the clash of the Titans.
It's that time, baby.
It's that time. They're a little older. It's not the young Titans.
I know. 2015 was 8 years ago.
Isn't that crazy? It's been 8 years.
It doesn't feel like it.
We're going to hear from the head coach of the Lakers. He knows what's up. It is going to be an extraordinary night to be the beginning of a 7-game between Steph and LeBron. Both of them with points to prove, both of them with chinks in the armor. Certainly no guarantee on either side. It does look like it's going to be spectacular. Denver took care of business again last night. It's in the era of the juiced ball.
97-87 is weird.
It was not, well, yeah, it was weird, but in the era of that, we still had an extraordinary 39. What did Yoke get? 39, I think?
Yeah, 39-16.
Just an extraordinary game, just workmanlike. Just went to town, took care of Phoenix as they should in the home series, but we'll look at what Phoenix is going to have to do. It doesn't look like it's going to get any easier. Chris Paul's a little dinged up.
Nah. You're kidding.
Wait, that was last year. No, that was no, it's this year.
You know what I mean? Like, you're kidding.
So what is it, a groin? Is that what
tightness. I'm just going by what it says.
Hey, I made it to work. My groin's tight. Has been for 30 years.
Yeah, groin tightness. So we'll see what happens.
At 6:45, this is the strangest story. We got a little bit of it yesterday. Kid that plays for A&M Arkansas, A&M Texarkana, pitcher.
Right.
Just warming up.
In the batter's box.
Warming up. In the bat, just, not even really getting in the game. Gets shot. The rest of the story, as Paul Harvey would say, at 6:45. Crazy story. You want to talk about a coach going, I guess we're going to need to dial up another pitcher, huh?
Yeah, he's good.
Now, at 7:30, JJ Perez is going to join us. Anybody who's involved with UTSA athletics probably has him on their Twitter feed. He's been
sports
insider for us for a long time. Crazy news breaking overnight. One of the greatest, well, I mean, it's easy to say. I would say the best wide receiver in UTSA Roadrunner football history.
For sure.
I don't think there's any argument there.
For sure.
Zakari is leaving.
Hit the portal
overnight. JJ Perez is going to join us to get some backstory behind this. Now, we've heard from Coach Traylor many times regarding the portal and payments and NIL and the mess that it has made for not only his football program, but those mid-majors across the country. And it looks like it got up to bite him. Now, our question is, why now? It's late.
Why not now?
Well, you get the sense that some football team someplace had a spring game and realized we are woefully short at wide receiver and cast a net across the country with a little bit of money, see if they could find someone, and they got someone. That's at least our early impression.
Yeah, definitely want to talk to JJ, Inside Runner Sports. I hit him up at 5. Sorry, I hit him at 5 in the morning, but I mean, when you see that, I was like, I need to talk to JJ. I need to know what's going on.
Coming back, James Harden, did he push the rewind button back before Manu? Is this a new James Harden as they take a 1-0 lead? We'll look at what the Sixers did, and can the Suns come back from 0-2, and the clash of the Titans, Steph and LeBron. The NBA is front and center, and we are covering it like nobody else right here. You're on 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday afternoon about the Institute for Functional Health and Dr. Torres, and he asked me a question about weight loss, and he asked if my doctor did this. And I said, at one point we did. We're not doing it anymore because it didn't work for me. See, that's the great thing about going to Dr. Torres, because first of all, he's a medical professional. This isn't weight loss isn't the only thing they do over the Institute. It is a full service general practitioner and all the things you need. When I first started, he told me about the programs that were the things that we're going to do. And there's certain tried and true things that everybody that goes to the IFF does. But then when we start getting into your individual genetics and your medical history, then you apply certain standards that go to you, but maybe not somebody else. That's why Dr. Torres has been so successful. And I'm not doing what he asked me to do. It had something to do with intermittent fasting. And I said, the great thing about Dr. Torres is he understands that every one of us is individuals, and some things work for some folks, others for others. And there's some universal things that works for all of us. And he is expert and really great about tailoring things to the individual. That's why I've been there for 5 years. If you've tried to diet and you've read a book or you went online and you had a friend that said, eat nothing but asparagus after 6 o'clock for 30 straight days and you'll drop some weight. Yeah, you probably will, but what's the long-term outcome? And in between that, are you functionally healthy? That's what's really changed my opinion. And if it's time for you, if you've resolved to lose weight, I want you to go someplace where you're going to get the guidance, the expert leadership, and the friendship of the great staff out there. That's the Institute for Functional Health. Call them. The number is 210-468-1891. Get to know them. Go by. They are a partner in all this. Their website's iffhealth.com. I recommend hitting there first. Read it, go through, do your due diligence, and take a couple of those functional health tests. It'll open your eyes for sure. But if it is time, I want you to call the Institute for Functional Health. Meet Dr. Jacob Torres. He changed my life. You give him a call, get started on the program. I'm sure he'll do the same for you. And when it does, I want you to thank me later.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Today at 3.
Coming up at 3 on the Blitz, what were the Cowboys thinking? Oh, Will McClay knows. We'll ask him.
Yep, the Cowboys VP of Player Personnel will join us at 4:30, plus Shireen Williams at 5:30. The Blitz starts at 3.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Today at 3 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
When you're drinking a frozen beverage from McDonald's, your brain may not like how refreshingly cold it is, but the rest of your body, oh yes, it's gonna relish every moment of it, because there are drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's.
There's no better way to cool down than with this cool deal. Get a medium frozen Coke, frozen Dr. Pepper, or frozen Fanta for just $1.79. Prices at participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
The greatest American rock and roll band in history, Aerosmith, present Peace Out, the farewell tour. Aerosmith, with special guests, the Black Crowes. AT&T Center, November 1st. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Aerosmith with the Black Crowes. The Out.
It's back! The Superhero Comic Con and Car Show presented by Thomas J. Henry, July 7th through the 9th in San Antonio at the Freeman Expo Halls. Meet stars like Captain Marvel's Brie Larson, Game of Thrones star Kit Harington, Hawkeye's Haley Steinfeld, and many more celebrities. See comic book artists, enjoy daily concerts, experience the Hollywood Car Show, pop culture vendors, and much more. Tickets on sale now at pmxevents.com.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson for Tri-County Meat Market, your locally owned full-service meat market. Tri-County has 2 great locations, Huebner Road and Ralph Fair, stocked full of everything you need to up your grilling game. You're looking for the perfect cut of beef, they've got it. If they don't have it, they'll cut it for you. Roast chicken, prepare foods, they've got it. The 5 for $25 is always in play. If you're a first responder, 10% off the best meat you're going to find. Tri-County Meat Market. Head over to either location, put some good meat on the grill, and thank me later.
The XFL playoffs are here, and the league goes from 8 teams to 2. In a league of dreams and opportunities, there's only one chance to be a champion. The road to the 2023 XFL Championship ends in San Antonio. The best of the North versus the best of the South. Who will emerge the winner? The 2023 XFL Championship Game, Saturday, May 13th at 7 p.m. at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. XFL history will be made. Tickets are on sale now, starting at $25. Visit xfl.com/tickets.
Come to Generations Federal Credit Union for a great competitive rate on a home equity loan. Consolidate debt, pay off credit cards, renovate your home, and more. With flexible terms, fixed rates, and minimal closing costs. All with easy applications and fast local decisions. Apply today at Generations Federal Credit Union.
Rates and terms subject to approval and may change without notice. Full terms and conditions at mygenfcu.org/homeequity. Equal housing lender.
It's Michael Jimenez with Jimenez and Spence, weekdays 12 to 3. People ask all the time, how can we become part of the San Antonio Sports Star family? Well, if you have a business, reach out to us for sponsorship opportunities. You can advertise with San Antonio Sports Star with all of our talent here. Reach out to Morgan Harrison at morgan.harrison@alphamediausa.com. After that, she will get you in touch with one of our professional sales reps and get you going. Again, reach out to Morgan Harrison at morgan.harrison@alphamediausa.com.
Hey, this is Greedy. Join me today at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The screen. Harden works around it. Drives the defensive Horford. Difference of 2 seconds. Game clock and shot clock. Harden sizing up Horford. It's a 3. Oh, Harden's got 45. Timeout, Boston.
Hey, Missoula, you might want to blitz the pick and roll, bro. He has 42. How do you let it? This is what I be talking about with these coaches, man. Like, again, he's in his first year, but at some point, especially like, I'm gonna throw you a curveball. I haven't been blitzing. No way. You have 42, and if the game is that close, it's gonna be PJ Tucker. It's gonna be Tobias Harris. Quick Mac, whoever. Ain't no way James Harden can come in free off the pick and roll. And when he has 42, Missoula, that is coaching.
That's Mike Brown. He did the same. Mike Brown let Steph Curry go bananas for 50. I don't understand some of this. Yeah, welcome back to the show. That was James Harden erasing a little bit of karma as they take down the Celtics on the road, minus Embiid. Final score 119-150. We heard the shot that was made with about 8 seconds to go, which really kind of sealed the deal. But it was.
What about the play after, Rob? You didn't like the play call.
Actually, I didn't really mind it.
Okay.
I mean,
you weren't crazy about
it. I don't know why Horford has the ball.
That's all I'm saying.
Point. I don't know why Horford is.
I had already, kicked the guy in the teeth while he was down, so I didn't want to kick him again about the play call.
That was the curveball. You were talking about throw me a curveball, defend the high point, do something there. But on the other side, I can see that was a young coach overthinking crap. It was. I mean, Horford's a good guy to hold the ball. I don't have necessarily a problem when he does that. It's just the timing of the thing. You don't have a lot of time. Your ball, whoever your baller is, needs the ball in his hands as fast as freaking possible.
I'm like, the play I'm running, I'm not running a play. I'm running a set to get Tatum the ball. And then everybody, then it's spread eagle.
And don't overcoach, man. Some of you see coaches get in the way. Like, just step back and let your ballers be ballers. And he had a nice little set called that probably they'd practiced 100 times that runs 5 seconds, a 5-second set. If ever
see, that's what you trying to look good. Yeah, there's certain times like out of a timeout, Steve Kerr is fantastic. I get it. There's sometimes middle of the third quarter, you want to come out, you want to run a nice little set. When it's 8 seconds left, get Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown the ball and give them 6 seconds to operate.
No doubt.
That's it. Like, you trying to be the smartest guy in the room, which we are anti-smartest guy in the room on R&R in the morning.
And I think we are witnessing the next all-star on the Sixers. It's Tyrese Maxey. This kid is straight up
another Kentucky Kentucky player that we can talk about that looks like a star. Another one.
I couldn't have been. There's something about his ability to score, and he is not a great athlete. He is
he's not jumping out of the gym. Yeah,
I would be shocked. But he has. We talk about players when they leave the college and you count a year of college. The first and most important thing you have to learn is the pace of the game and how you affect yourself inside the pace of the game. You can't be too fast for it, and you can't be too slow for it. And Maxey, as quick as anybody I've ever seen, has found his rhythm in the league. And he, no matter the situation, he's always in control. And I think it's because he's not that fast. He can't outpush it. And his
Well, see, the thing is, if you are talented, and then, because I don't know, I guess it was some 76ers uncut special I was watching before the season started. I don't remember what the show was, but Doc Rivers pulled Maxey aside and told him, we're counting on you this year. Like, I'm going to put the ball in your hands, and you tell James and you tell Joel, get the hell out of the way. Like, I'm giving you that leeway. And if you really have the game and you get the green light like he has, yeah, something happens. And I think it happened this year for Maxey. Now, he's still the third option, but as you saw last night, if need be, he can be the second. But I mean, Harden looked like Houston, Rob. I thought he had on a Rocket jersey.
6 turnovers all game. Philadelphia played an entire playoff game and had 6
Golden
turnovers.
State, I would show that tape to Golden State, who averages like 15 to 20.
If you look at a box score and you go, how did we win? James Harden at point guard. Now, granted, 17 shots, volume.
Right, volume, for sure.
But
and he gets to the line,
turnovers.
That's insane.
You on the road,
right? You
want to look at how they won. That was it. Boston, 16 turnovers and some sloppy play. 6 turnovers. I think Doc Rivers is on the downward end of his coaching career. I think the game is, and the kids are a little bit different than what he's accustomed to. But that's as good a game as he's coached in 10 years. It's as good a game as he coached since he coached Chris Paul and the Clippers over the Spurs. What was that, 10 years ago?
Oh, my gosh.
It was a brilliantly coached prep team. They walk in without Embiid. Now, granted, it's that whole sick golfer thing. That was a wounded team that just needed a little bit of hope, and Boston consistently gave it to him with turnovers. But Doc Rivers, I mean, he's still props, and he didn't get in the way. What a great kind of dichotomy between the old vet and the young coach in an important playoff game. I never felt like Doc was in the way of the game.
I mean, I get it. It's Tatum's team. I get all that. But again, I do think Brown and Tatum days are numbered, but I don't think at any point Brown should have 15 less shots than Tatum. Like Tatum taking 25 shots and Brown only 10. And that's not about like ego or anything. It's just like balanced basketball. I said the same thing about Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland. Like at some point, you got to figure out how to use that other weapon. Like Maxey shouldn't be outscoring Brown. Because if that's the case, then you're going to lose.
How much do you put that on Brown? How much do you put it on Jaylen Brown for just not being a little bit more aggressive with the ball? Because it wasn't about touches. He had the ball in his hand enough.
Brogdon had more shots than him.
Well, it took more. What I'm saying is, how much of this do you lay in Jaylen Brown's lap? Because we've talked about this year after year.
I would say, I'm going to say that maybe, because I didn't get to see the tape, I'm going to say maybe Philly was doing something that made him give it up. I'm not sure.
I think there's been this kind of undergoing that this dynamic duo is so obviously Batman and Robin, because Jaylen will defer. He needs to be a little bit more aggressive.
Maybe.
And when he is aggressive, he's capable of 40 and being as hot of a shooter as anybody I've ever seen. But he doesn't. Sometimes I think he passes up on stuff.
Maybe you're right, Rob. Maybe I have to take closer attention that maybe he's giving it up too quick. Maybe he's trying to set the precedence.
Well, there's nothing wrong with what he's doing. But I will say this.
Right.
I certainly felt like when that game was over that maybe Boston and Jaylen would be better off separating.
I just hope they know.
Houston.
Again, I agree with him. I don't agree with him, but I get why he wants his own team. But I'm just telling you, you're going to be Bradley Beal.
If you do get your own team,
you
I don't
go
think
get
you have
your
the
own team
mentality
somewhere,
for it.
unless you're going to go, I don't know, join up with somebody, but it's still going to be the same thing. But if you just want your team, you're the man, it's going to look a lot like Bradley Beal. Great score, losing 60 games.
Because I don't think he has that kind of mentality, and Tatum does. Tatum's the
Or maybe
alpha
he just
dog
don't want
on
to play
that
with
team.
Tatum, right? But I don't think those two are they're not going to be Manu and Tony.
How much trouble is Phoenix?
You know what, Rob? When Golden State was down 0-2, I was never worried.
Are you worried
I was like,
now?
yeah, this doesn't look like the same 0-2 for Golden State. Like Golden State is just like, it was just something different about it. But Denver has the ability to make Phoenix pay for only getting 4 points off the bench.
Truth.
They got 4 points off the bench. And Cameron Payne played 17 minutes because Chris Paul went out in the third. 4. Now, Denver only had 13. And when you look you look on the other side of the conference, on the other conference, Brogdon had 20 on his own. Melton for Philly had 17 on his own. So you see both teams struggled on the bench, but when you talk about 4 points, and now Chris Paul is hurt, Cameron Payne got 2, Biyombo got 2. That's it.
It must be May because Chris Paul's hurt.
Yeah, the Clippers, no Kawhi, no Paul George, they couldn't make them pay. Denver seems like they have the ability to make them pay, and Denver, I feel like Denver can get a game on the road. Now, again, Phoenix, my finals pick, I'm going to stick with them, but I am in panic mode.
Again, it doesn't start till the road team wins.
Agreed. But when I can look at 45 minutes for Booker, 45 for Kevin, and they both, Kevin drops 24. He had an awful shooting night from 3. Devin has 35, and it's not enough. And now Chris Paul's hurt again.
When are they announcing MVP? Is it today?
I thought it was this week. I don't know if it's today, but it's this week.
Because Yoke gave us an MVP performance last night.
It's too bad. Too little, too late.
No, I don't want him to have it.
No.
My thoughts are well documented on this.
But
you deserved it. You earned it. I just can't look at the history
just don't
books
want to
and
give
see
him
3
Larry
straight.
Bird. Right.
I can't see it without a ring.
What, 39-16?
Now, see, what'll happen is if you'll go get the ring this year, Yoke, you can mail it in next year and you get MVP. I mean, if you win a ring this year, next year, we'll give you the MVP. You'll get 2 in a row, a little hiccup and a 1. You'll get a Spurs dynasty kind of thing. Never, it'll be just kind of in between. We got more to talk about. The story we're coming back with is strange. Just a strange story. Went down in Texarkana, a baseball pitcher and an errant bullet. We'll tell you what all that means coming back. You're on the right choice. San Antonio Sports Star, 94.1 FM and ESPNSA.com.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The 76ers took game 1 in Boston against the Celtics, 119-115 behind James Harden's 45-point performance. And the Nuggets took a 2-0 series lead despite Jamal Murray going 0 for 9 from 3. Joker put on his MVP hat and dropped 39-16. Tonight we have game 2 between the Heat and Knicks and game 1 between the Lakers and the Warriors.
Heart failure, carpal tunnel syndrome, shortness of breath, stomach issues, lower back pain. How does it all add up? If you have heart failure and any of those seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, it's time to talk with your cardiologist and get the full picture. They may add up to transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy. ATTR-CM is a rare and underdiagnosed disease. Recognize the signs and discuss them with your doctor soon. Learn more at connectwithyourheart.com. That's connectwithyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
How long does it take to tackle a home project? With Angie, you could cross it off your list before this ad is over. Need indoor or outdoor, repair or redesign, and we handle the rest, sending a top pro to get it done. You don't have to lift a finger, except to tap the screen or click the mouse. Plus, Angie is free to use. So bring us your next home project, and we'll bring it home. Download the app or go to Angie.com. That's ANGI.com to get started.
A lot of new enrollments, huh? Braylon, Brayden.
Monique's daycare is crawling with new arrivals.
Hey, sweetie, are you hungry?
She needs more early childhood educators.
Did your socks slip off again?
And a nap.
Hey there, little guy. Okay. Shh. Whoa.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies. including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. And it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Finding great people to hire can be like trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is an important notice to consumers facing $10,000 or more in credit card debt, medical bills, or other unsecured debt. You may not be required to pay it all back because there are special programs that will significantly reduce the amount you owe if you qualify. Accredited Debt Relief has helped qualify consumers with over $1 billion in debt. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. For this free information, call 800-458-8822. 800-458-8822.
O'Reilly.
Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free. If your battery needs to be replaced, our professional parts people can help you find the best Superstart battery for your vehicle and budget. Don't wait. Get your battery tested for free today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's how we long for Skechers hands-free slip-in footwear.
The world has gone hands-free. However, if you want to put on a pair of sneakers, you still need to bend down and help your feet in. Until now. Introducing Skechers hands-free slip-in footwear. You don't need to reach down to help your heel in. You just step into them and off you go. So what's the secret? Well, there's a special smooth comfort pillow in the heel that helps your foot slide into place. And they stay on just like a pair of laced-up sneakers.
Get hands-free slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
All guests appearing on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star appear on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
A stray bullet to a baseball pitcher. We're talking about it in 15 minutes, but first, the Dallas Cowboys drafted at 28th the other day and had 27 picks in front of them and got to watch everything occur. But at the end of the day, when it came time for their draft pick, you're always curious. I mean, were there different opinions going on inside the draft room? Did all the scouts and the coaches and the owners come in and go, this guy's here, this guy's here? Who makes the final decision? I contend, and until I am proved otherwise, I think the Cowboys are ready to take tight end from Utah. I think they were planning on it. I think it was on their board. And right before, Buffalo trades right in front of them and grabs it.
Well, if that's the case, then they should be ripped. How do you not know that?
I just assume that was my contention. Although they went and did, the Cowboys draft exactly appropriately to what everybody said they needed. So certainly not mad at them, but you wonder who makes the call. Now, before we make the sound or play the sound, who do you think would have the final say?
The final say?
The guy, who do you think makes the case that is listed by the owner and general manager more or less? Is it Steven? Is it McCarthy? Is it McClay?
Considering the guy is turning down GM jobs, and I know he's had plenty of offers, and Jerry's kept him around this long, it's got to be Will, right?
I always assume so. Now listen to this and see if it proves that to be the case.
I'm ready to take the nose call.
I mean, we have them 1 and 2 together.
You got 2 minutes.
We'll just get warmed up.
Will, who would you take?
Personally, I would go with Mozzie because I know that he helps us now with the guard. I love the guard too. My question is, you're adding something to it where we have depth. I think the defensive lineman gives you an immediate starter and something for the future.
Here I am cut through if we missed one of those 2 guys after having them both here in our hands.
We're better on the line of scrimmage with either one of these guys. We've had offensive linemen there. We've had the opportunity to pick them. We've not had a interior defensive lineman that high in quite some time.
We're good.
All right.
Let's keep on the phone.
Decision made. That's sound from the war room last Thursday night as McClay and Jerry and Steven discuss that evidently there was an offensive guard in there, although we don't know which.
Avila.
Avila went so much further down. You wonder if it was, but if that's the case,
I don't know.
No, it
who
makes
knows
some
who
sense.
it is, but I know they were high on Avila.
You know what, Rudy? I hadn't thought about that. I know that they talked about it, and that would make some sense when we're talking about guard, but we never know. We'd have to go back and look at the visits and then judge that against the draft order and see who they might have liked. But if it comes back to what we were told over and over and over, trust your board. And then again, and also to hear McClay saying he was the highest graded interior defensive lineman that they've had on their board in quite some time.
I think he said ever.
That's
now to start the audio, who was it that said the nose guard? So there was a nose guard on the board for them.
I think they're calling Mozzie a nose guard.
No, but no, I'm saying then they said, well, no, I want to go the guard. Then then he said Mozzie. So I don't know, was that Jerry? Or they consider Mozzie the nose guard?
I just kind of considered from the highlights that they're calling him a 2 technique. But when you look at who was available at the time, Miles Murphy went after, and he's considered a defensive end coming out of Clemson.
No, that's not him.
Brian Breesy, who a lot of people, that's the guy they were comparing him to. I am sure of it, that it was Brian Breesy, the defensive tackle that ended up going to the Saints at 29. I have a feeling if you're looking at just draft order, that's the next defensive tackle even on the list, and the next one after that are all edge rushers, and we get deep into the second round before we start talking another interior defensive line.
Are other teams leaking their war room audio? Or is this a league-wide? This got to be a league-wide thing, right? This isn't just the Cowboys. They're like, okay, now that we're done, let's give you some behind. First of all, I love it. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool hearing that conversation and how it went down in real time. That's super cool. So I'm down with them doing it. But is this a league-wide thing, or is this just a Cowboy thing?
Well, judging by the different war rooms, I think some are all about it. It's because I think that was leaked, and it's obviously been edited to take out other names.
Because they said guard.
Yeah,
they said nose guard. No, well, I guess that's also because you're putting the audio out. Because if you're not planning on releasing that later, why wouldn't you be in there saying, hey, I thought we had Avila here, or I thought we had Murphy there? Like, why are you saying nose guard and guard? But it's because you planned on leaking it, but you don't want to give up the name.
Well, sometimes
that's planned.
Well, sometimes when you're being recorded, even though it's kind of an impromptu recording, you act different. You know what I mean? You ever had a coach? You ever seen a coach who knows he's being recorded in the locker room or for a pregame?
Go a little bit too far.
It goes a little much. You can just tell the coach knows the camera's on in the corner.
Of course. We've all seen that.
I think they were told ahead of time, look, we're recording this for posterity. Don't change your attitude. We'll fix it. Just
act normal. Don't
say anything that'll cancel you. But we'll protect it. But this is going to be consumed outside of this room. So watch what you say. And then you start getting a little staged.
Yeah, don't look directly into the camera.
So I think they knew and kind of acted.
Of course they did. That's why they didn't name the names. But Will McClay, man, they trust Will. But Will, again, life is good as a Cowboy. Life is good on being an employee of the Dallas Cowboys.
Now, the good news is for Will, you don't really get your report card for what you did over the weekend for 3 years.
Right.
And the report card that just came in is pretty good.
The report card from 2020 is nice.
Looks good. So, yeah, Will is a man in full, not named general manager, getting paid like a general manager, acting like a general manager, but just not one. But this is his
That's
talent.
his choice.
These are his guys. And you can tell McCarthy was like, yeah, I'll take either one. We're stronger in the
McCarthy
middle.
was like, oh, we'll be good at the line of scrimmage.
I'm down whatever side you go. And obviously Avila went at 20 or 36 to the Rams at guard. They had to have been talking about him.
When they said the guard, because they said he can move different positions. Everybody was high on the kid. I thought he was going to go first round. Had to be Avila they were talking about when they said we don't take the guard. And Jerry said, hey, I'd be sick if we didn't get one of these guys after we had both of them down for visits. So Mozzie Smith was the pick. And as Will McClay said, they've never really, I can't think of them drafting, and I've been thinking hard, first round, because we looked at their first round picks over the last 10 years. It definitely hadn't been 10 years since they took a defensive lineman that high. Been over 10 years.
And I will say this. I don't know. Well, McClay has an eye for defensive linemen. I'm not sure if he has
an eye for a lot.
I think his defensive lineman has more been about not so much. Yeah, everybody grades those first rounders, but he's had an eye for those mid-round, late-round guys that are missing one or two things. The Dorrance Armstrongs, the guys that Tristan didn't work out, but he's had an eye for the guys late that if they tweak a few things, get in better shape, get a little stronger, then they can come and play a role. This is the first time that McClay has gone and drafted what Jerry used to call a war daddy. One of those guys that's prepared and ready to step in.
That's what McClay said. McClay said, I think we get a day one starter. Now, somebody that, maybe Hank, I don't know if Hank is like that. I don't know how that's going to work out as far as who's going to be starting.
Well, the depth chart says second string for Hankins. That
you see what I'm saying? Like it ain't, that wasn't a great audio for him. Great audio for radio guy. But somebody's going to be upset.
If I'm a defensive lineman in the modern NFL,
you get plenty of reps.
Oh gosh, the starters only get a little bit over the quarter of the snaps. Right. I mean, they're running those guys out like hockey lines if you haven't noticed. So whether you're first, second, or third string, I think on the D line, it just matters on what down you're good at. That's the down you're playing. And if you're a down hand on the ground, get to the quarterback, you're probably playing more second and thirds. And if you're a good run stop, you're probably playing more first and seconds. So I think that's really not going to matter. But I do think you're exactly right that when McClay said it is true that Mozzie is going to be the starting
day one. He said day one. Day one. So I'm down.
We're going to tell you all the other players that Will McClay went and chased down over the last 24 hours. The undrafted free agent list has grown. They've got 13 guys they're bringing in.
Good Lord.
Lots of there's one particular position that they chased in that offseason. We're going to tell you about that in the 7 o'clock hour at 7:15 to be precise. Hey, coming back, we are going to talk an unfortunate incident that has happened to just a baseball player in Texarkana. Random story that makes the news, and also coming back at 7 o'clock, we're going to look at the NBA as the Golden State Sacramento series wound down. There was the well-documented battle between Draymond and Sabonis concluded with Golden State, of course, moving on to round 2. But what happened in the high schoolish handshake line, and then don't have a handshake line, but that post-game
series.
What is post, normally the series is over, let's go shake hands, exchange jerseys, and move forward. There was no conversation between Draymond and Sabonis, and Draymond had some words regarding that. And I wonder if Draymond lives in the same universe I do. We'll be back talking unfortunate baseball stories, followed by lots of NBA talk. Don't go anywhere. We got a lot to do. This is R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
As Mother's Day approaches, Mother's Window Tent decided to do a really cool contest and give you a chance to win about $50 from Las Palapas, a SeaWorld family 4-pack. And first place is going to get a pair of tickets to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers. What they're asking you to do is text your craziest story as far as funniest or most humiliating car ride experience you've had with your mom. So text that to the Kielbasa Bacon phone lines, 210-656-3776. We've already got a bunch of entries, so get your entries in. This is a great chance. Tell a quick story. You don't even have to name any names. Tell a quick story about a humiliating car ride or funny car ride with your mom. We pick you. Maybe it's Las Palapas, maybe it's SeaWorld, or maybe you're going to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's all going to be from Mother's Window Tent. Get your text in as soon as possible. 210-656-3776. That's Mother's Window Tent. They're the home of the Tent Alarm Special. Don't forget they have 6 San Antonio locations. Check it all out for yourself at motherswindowtent.com. But right now we're focusing on Mother's Day. Get those text messages in about those car rides with your moms. 656-3776. That's Mother's Window Tent. Do it at Mother's and save.
It's Jimenez and Spence today at noon.
Coming up on Jimenez and Spence today at noon, Michael Jimenez makes his return back from Florida as he and Spence get set to discuss the Cowboys draft. Was it really as great as we all initially thought? And by not addressing a power back, did they leave the door open for Zeke, or do they believe in Malik Davis? All that and more coming up on Jimenez and Spence starting at noon.
Jimenez and Spence today at noon on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Gomez Law Firm has been taking care of the people of San Antonio for almost 50 years, the leader in personal injury law. Jose, tell us a little bit more about what you do.
We do ride-sharing cases, 18-wheeler cases. Obviously, we've done those for very many years. Work injuries. We will be happy to take a look at and see if we can help.
If you have been injured in an accident or hit by a company vehicle, then you need to visit joegomezlaw.com.
We've been around for almost 50 years, and we're not going anywhere.
Call the Gomez Law Firm at 736-4040.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here with Dwayne Sharping of Roof Fix. Hey, Dwayne, tell me about solar.
Well, you want solar to look beautiful. It's going to increase the value of your home. I mean, call us here at Roof Fix Solar Energy. Our solar is innovative. Our systems are installed just like shingles. They're really powerful, and we can really cut out in the utility bill.
Call 210-FIX-ROOF. It's time for solar. He said it. I'm doing it. Call 210-FIX-ROOF. Put it on a roof. Save some money. Call Roof Fix today.
Roof Fix, home of the low price guarantee.
Today on Hey Culligan, how smart is your water? Here's Tracy.
Hey Culligan, I think my water might be dumb.
Good news, Tracy. Your water's not dumb. It's just not talking to you.
You can make my water talk.
No, but the new Culligan Smart Drinking Water System can talk to your phone to tell you when your water filters need changing and help you meet drinking water goals.
Now that's some brilliant H2O.
You said it, Tracy, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with the local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. I knew we could not put off getting life insurance. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $40 a month. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $18 a month.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-452-5050 or go to SelectQuote.com now. That's 1-800-452-5050. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercial.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game and a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
The XFL playoffs are here, and the league goes from 8 teams to 2. In a league of dreams and opportunities, there's only one chance to be a champion. The road to the 2023 XFL Championship ends in San Antonio. The best of the North versus the best of the South. Who will emerge the winner? The 2023 XFL Championship game, Saturday, May 13th at 7 p.m. at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio. XFL history will be made. Tickets are on sale now, starting at $25. Visit xfl.com/tickets.
Davies Entertainment, Viva La Brawl, coming to the Tech Board Arena May 5th, and we have your chance to win your way in. Join the Blitz live tomorrow at Slackers North Star from 3 to 7. Meet and greet with Viva La Brawl fighters Brown Navarez, Brittany Ordonis, and Eddie Ortiz. Happy hour specials and your chance to win free tickets to Viva La Brawl on Cinco de Mayo at the Tech Board Arena. That's tomorrow at Slackers North Star with the Sports Star and Davies Entertainment crew starting at 3.
Before you fire up that grill, make sure you get into Tri-County Meat Market. Hi, Jason Minix here. Tri-County Meat Market has everything you need. If you're thinking steaks, you want some chicken, some poppers, beef ribs, pork ribs, brisket, picanha, tri-tip. They've got it all at Tri-County Meat Market. Take advantage of their Pick 5 for $25, and Tri-County always offers a 10% discount for military and first responders. Tri-County Meat Market, 2 locations on Ralph Fair Road and on Heavener, or online at tricountymeat.com.
Live life to the fullest. You hear it all the time, but it's easier said than done when you're in pain, right? Hey, it's James Pledger with 941 San Antonio Sports Star, and QC Kinetics is in the business of giving people back their quality of life and providing much-needed relief for chronic joint pain. And not just providing that relief, but doing so in the most non-invasive way possible using regenerative treatments from your body's own natural biologics. Where's your joint pain? In your knees, hips, shoulders, or back? Well, QC Kinetics concentrates these impactful treatments right at the source of your pain, directly applying healing properties where you need them the most. And best of all, you walk into the office and then right out after treatment. No surgery, no downtime, and patients are raving about the results. So what does living life to the fullest look like for you? Finally being able to play golf again, hike, walk your dog, enjoy time with your family? Whatever it is, don't wait another day. Get started today with a call to QC Kinetics for your complimentary consultation. 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park, Westover Hills, and New Braunfels.
Good morning, everybody. Joe Reinagle here. Coming up later on the Blitz, Will McClay joins us to talk all about the Cowboys draft, why they made the moves they made. We're going to ask him, and hey, Rudy, you got to get ready for that boxing match. You got your tux yet?
Man.
Cinco de Mayo.
I'll be ready.
May the 5th, Viva La Brawl. In about 10 minutes, we're giving away tickets. Don't go nowhere. Listen for the overproduced sounder and have your device prepared. At 7:30, JJ Perez of Inside Runner Sports is going to join us. Huge news. The best wide receiver in Roadrunner football history is transferring away. We'll tell you who that is and why. Maybe JJ has some insight.
I'm hurt. I've had conversations with Zakari off on the internet, and good kid. I'm happy for him. Obviously, yeah, you got to do what's best for you, whatever that may be. I don't care what the reason is, but it was probably my favorite player on this UTSA team. So this sucks. That's why when I saw it, I was like, oh, we got to reach out to JJ. I need answers.
As Jim Rome would say, JJ Perez will be swinging in on the Buyers Barricade Rome line coming up at 7:30. Oh,
What was it?
It was something to do with
the
jungle.
Clones. Clones, get in here, clones.
That's still a thing. He's still got that shtick.
No, he doesn't.
He's still got that shtick.
I remember he was doing tour stops, and what was it?
I hosted a tour stop way back when. I hosted one of his tour stops in Austin, my brother and I.
And then what was it? Smack Off.
Smack Off? Which led to several.
Which was pretty cool.
Several national radio. JT the Brick was the OG.
He won a Smack Off, and then now he's like big time JT the Brick.
Well, yeah, he went national for a bit, still in Vegas. That's kind of where the Rock the Mic idea came out of.
Yeah, of course. I mean, nothing new under the sun.
Mike Jimenez is a direct beneficiary, and you could trace the line all the way back to
RJ
Ochoa, Rome, all the way back to Rome in the jungle. Smack Off. That's I'm gonna bring Rock the Mic back eventually. This is an unfortunate headline that just kind of boggles the mind. Dateline Texarkana, as 18-year-old Texas A&M Texarkana baseball player Matthew Delaney was standing on the field mid-game in a game against Houston Victoria there at George Dobson Field in Spring
batter's
Lake.
box, right?
Yeah,
he's
standing
in batter's box,
getting ready to come in the game. An errant bullet hits him. Now, he went immediately to the hospital suffering significant injuries and is currently in the ICU in stable condition. Turns out about 400 yards away, an altercation went off and two kids were shooting at each other. Arrest warrants have been placed. One arrested already, 20-year-old DeMarco Banks. He turned himself in overnight.
So your kid is standing in the batter's box, NCAA game, doing what you all dreamed of as he's coming up playing Little League ball. And two idiots are having a shootout, and a stray bullet hits your kid while he's standing in the batter's box.
Game called a no contest, as of
he's
course.
Stable condition though, right?
Yeah, he's
okay
stable.
Right
the doc came out post-surgery and said that it is important to remember he suffered a variety of significant injuries, and the rehab and the repair time is going to take a bit. He's in the ICU, as I said, but in stable condition. Just another occasion of just this random, and there's nothing you could have done about that.
No.
You look at acts of God. What are the possibilities? You look at it. When was the last time you were just walking around and a bird crapped on you? It's one of those situations. Like literally,
that's good luck. But yeah, I know what you mean.
That's called good luck.
Bird poop on you is good luck. Rob, you know that.
No, I don't consider that good luck at all. I think that
you've heard.
No, I guess you kind of look at it like, what's the worst that could happen? Well, that already happened.
Yeah. Edwin, you've heard of that. Bird poop on you is good luck. See,
good luck?
If Edwin's heard of that, Rob, and you haven't, now I'm disappointed in you.
That seems counter. Like,
no, it's
like
luck.
You can't fall off the floor.
So I wondered, I guess the first guy that got pooped on by a bird, found $30 later, and we rolled with it.
Okay. That's not good luck. If for some random circumstance you're just standing outside and you're there, I guess you've reached the how much worse could it get point.
Right.
Other than if you get pooped on by a bird and then you are shot while standing in the batter's box by some random bullet.
So our crackhead engineer Shelton came in and told us about this story yesterday, but it's more stuff came out. I want to make sure that kid's okay. We got to keep that updated because that is highly unfortunate to be playing, high-level baseball and get shot because two idiots are shooting at each other, probably for no damn reason.
Well, if poop is bad luck, this dude's about to win the lottery.
How?
Well, if bird poop signifies bad luck, what's worse
bird
luck?
poop is good luck.
I mean, signifies good luck. Well, getting a random bullet out of nowhere,
being alive,
is that better luck?
Yes.
Is that the luck?
Because you're alive.
What about getting struck by lightning? Is that good luck too? Like, what's the worst could happen after this?
If you get struck by lightning, you probably win the lotto 5 years later.
I met a dude that got struck by lightning.
Poor dude. Was he all right?
You know, as much as
is he a little different?
A little off.
Is a little off.
Got a fro. Didn't used to have that.
It's too much.
No, same dude. I actually asked Jason Minix about it. This cat said he had died 3 times.
Haven't we all after a night of drinking?
Well, interesting story. If you had gone against Draymond,
yeah,
and you're Sabonis. Yeah. Now, keep in mind, what's the last picture you have of Sabonis? Mine
is a black eye.
Is at the free throw line, missing a couple of free throws with his left eye purple.
Yeah, that's my yeah. And running back like, hey, somebody help me out on the boards in the black eye.
You know, ever meet somebody that has absolutely no self-awareness, like that has no idea what they're doing and what they're saying and how they don't realize what they're doing and saying affects other people.
A lot of people, I know a lot of people like that.
Utterly oblivious.
People we'll talk about it. I'll tell you about a few of them on the other side.
Is Draymond utterly oblivious? Does Sabonis have a point? Because he ain't shaking Draymond's hand. Do you take it past the game? Has it gotten personal? We'll look at the NBA as we see it today. Yeah, Sacramento went home. Golden State's playing, and Draymond has no idea what his actions actually mean. Cowboys continue to talk to players. Their undrafted list has grown to 13. We're going to tell you about that at 7:13. But coming back, we owe you a Sports Center and some tickets to Viva La Brawl. You better be locked in. We'll be right here. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is R&R in the morning.
Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning.
KTFM Floresville and always at ESPNSA.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
UTSA star wideout Zakari Franklin entered the transfer portal on Friday. He's not just the Roadrunners type receiver. He's been one of the best in America, going for over 1,000 in receiving the last 2 seasons. 76ers took game 1 against Boston behind Harden's 45 points. And Joker put on his MVP hat and dropped 39-16. But tonight, Heat Knicks, Lakers Warriors.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake me up, wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the left-hand slam. I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I piss excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's R&R in the morning here on San Antonio Sports Star. We want you to listen appropriately. So how do you do that? We're glad you're where you are. If you want to watch us live, you can go to our YouTube channel, San Antonio Sports Star. Make sure you're listening and sharing all of that. You can listen directly online at ESPNSA.com if that's more appropriate to you. If you're ever behind, need to catch up, an audio vault brought to you by AA Best Bail Bonds. That's all thing SA Sports Star. He's Rudy. I'm Rob. Easy E driving this thing for the next couple of hours. We're talking NBA faux show. Looking at where the Cowboys have gone to harvest that undrafted talent. Lots of one individual position that I think is worthy of talking about. And JJ Perez is just about 30 minutes away. He of Inside Runner Sports, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Huge news. Roadrunners lost the best wide receiver in their program's history. Announced yesterday he is hitting the portal. We'll tell you who that is and suppose as to why this is occurring so late in the transfer
season. Is this late?
Well,
I don't know how.
The semester's over this week. I mean, literally, they're in dead week right now. Finals are next. There are graduation ceremonies next week, dude. And he announced he's in a portal yesterday, there's something up, man.
Yeah. I didn't even realize, like, yesterday I'm out hunting for something to wear.
Oh,
for
nice.
Viva
That's
LeBron.
a whole other.
So I'm looking, and I was like, why are all these kids in here? It's damn near it's prom season.
It's prom season. It's graduation season. It's all season, man.
And then the kid in front of me, because I ended up getting like some socks or something. The kid in front of me, it's just a different world we live in, Rob. The kid in front of me is by himself. He's probably maybe 16. Oh,
time to get up.
Yeah, no, that's Viva LeBron. He's by himself. He dropped $600. I'm like, yo, my mom was never letting me go to the mall with $600. Never. By myself. You know what I mean?
Like, did he have cash or was
he had the car? He had
holding on to mama's card?
He had mama's card, but I was just
that's
like,
a rookie mistake right there.
I'm sure she gave him a limit.
I don't care what kind of limit you set. You give your kid go shopping?
I ain't spending $600. And I'm gonna be in front of 4,000 people. I'm not dropping 600.
I cannot imagine letting my kid go with my card. That ain't happening at all. It'd end up there'd be like 9 pairs of shoes and a meal from Bill's. Like you were out to buy a suit.
Yeah.
Let's give away some tickets.
Let's do it.
Be the 7th caller at 210-656-ESPN. And you could be on your way to see Viva LeBron from Davies Entertainment and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
So did you find anything?
Not
Does
yet.
it involve sequins?
Not yet.
Can I help you in your search?
No.
I would love to be your stylist.
Are you going to be my stylist for Met Gala?
I feel like I can do it. I feel like if I lose my day gig, it could happen any day. I'm going to be a stylist on Stitch Fix. I'm going to dress people on
Relax,
and I'm
buddy.
going to send them ridiculous
Well,
clothes.
first of all, I do think you're snazzy. I like the way you get down.
But
I like the way you get down.
No, I'd like to send people. Do you have a friend that you secretly believe is on the Stitch Fix once a month clothing?
What is Stitch Fix?
Well, I say Stitch Fix. There's these online, like, we'll dress you for a certain amount of money a month.
Mm-hmm.
My wife got on it for a little while, where they send you a box of clothes once a month that some stylist out there has decided. You go in and you go online and you answer all these questions. What do you like to wear? Name some brands,
And
give us
your
some
sizes and
sizes.
stuff. Okay.
They give you all this. And then once a month, there's a variety of these companies. I just named one. We'll send you a box of curated clothes by some stylist who went by your question.
Awesome.
Well, I have a friend. I have 2 friends, actually, both of which for most of their adult lives didn't care what they wore, and then they got divorced, which is pretty typical. Guy in the mid 40s, both of them got divorced. They don't even know each other, but went through exactly the same thing.
Got you.
One wanted it, the other one didn't, but either the outcome was the same. They're now out and about, new and improved men of moderate to good wealth, and want to be attractive. So they started getting in on. They didn't have any help, because obviously their taste had gotten them this far, and this
right.
So they got in on with this, and the next time I saw him, I started noticing, like, dude, you do not have the eye to pick out what you're wearing. I've known you for 30 years, and you have never worn that.
Right. And what did they tell you?
I
They
saw him again. Well,
Fix?
I thought, every now and then you can put on a Father's Day gift.
Mm-hmm.
Every now and then you put on a Christmas gift, and it wasn't you, and it went together because somebody had, and I bought that whole thing for you. But when you see somebody then the next time you see him, and then the next time you're like, dude, what have you done? Because I know you didn't pick this crap out. And it's one of those
It's a
services.
Stitch Fix. First of all, whoever thought of that is there's a lot, man. There's some smart people in the world. Nah, man.
I would like to do that. If I lost my gig, I would curate clothes for other people. Now, it would be silly stuff. I would say, no, but you're on trend.
That's exactly why I'm not.
Then I'd see some dude walking like some kind of purple. No,
A suit, no
I would
shirt.
you would end up looking like James Harden last night. Did you see him in those Juggalo jeans?
Those Jenkos. Those are the Jenkos. You know what? And it sucks for me because it's like, damn, I lose weight and baggy clothes come back. I'm like, what the? I've been fighting all my life to get down to some damn skinny pants.
As a fat guy, the bigger you just end up looking even bigger.
You look bigger
because
now
you look like you're wearing.
And
a
not only that,
circus tent.
I'm too old to go with the trend, so I won't be doing any of that. But I get it. I get the Harden outfits, like the straight leg baggy pants and stuff are back, but that's for the kids.
I'm all about the loose and easy fitting garments.
That's it.
The game between Sacramento and Golden State went, Sacramento loses at home. Certainly everybody's going to be a little butthurt when you lose the way that
Right.
they did in Game 7. Post-game is, though, typical at the end of a series. Everybody kind of gathers together. Everything that happened between the lines, just business.
Like, hey,
wasn't
man,
personal.
Hey, man, y'all go all the way. Good luck, man. I've got a lot of respect for your game. That type of stuff.
Yeah, let's take picture, exchange jerseys.
They whisper to each other something, and they cover their mouths so nobody can hear. Like
See
it's
on the
top
beach.
secret. Yeah.
That kind of stuff. Sabonis did not shake Draymond's hand. Did not even come close.
I don't
didn't
think he
even
shook anyone's
acknowledge it.
hand.
Sabonis walks off, and I understand losing the way that he did. Sabonis, this is his first time in this arena. Draymond had been in this arena for a long time. He's a gladiator of the ilk that it's business. Season's over, game's over, let's put it behind us. Or can you? This is what Draymond said went on between he and Sabonis postgame.
Lost a lot of respect for Sabonis. You don't shake guys' hands after you lose. I don't respect that. I once left the court when we lost in Game 7 of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I went to my locker room and I sat down and I said, this don't feel right. And I walked back out on the court and I showed everybody love. You lost. Deal with it. Pay your respect. That was whack to me. That's whack. But I wouldn't necessarily even say lost respect. But I don't respect that.
Stand
That's
on
whack.
I agree.
Do you? This dude stomped him in the chest. Stomped him. Not kinda.
Heat of the competition, Rob.
Stop. No.
Heat of the competition,
No,
Rob.
I don't buy that. I don't buy
Heat of
that.
the competition.
You don't get a pass, Draymond,
First
for
of all-
being a tool on the court. You don't get a pass.
No. First of all, you shake people's hands when you
No,
lose.
not like that. You stomped me on the chest.
Dude,
I got a black eye and scratches up and down my arm. You didn't have to do all that.
Rob.
No, I don't take that.
Rob, in the heat of the battle.
I don't take that.
Yes.
No, he has a history of it. I ain't buying that. You don't get a pass.
Okay,
for doing
did
that.
he shake anyone's hand?
I don't care. I'm not shaking your hand.
No, but did he shake anyone's hand?
I don't know.
Exactly.
Honestly, I don't know. And
clearly he didn't. Clearly he didn't.
You get what you tolerate, dude. Don't do that to me, and don't think I'm just going to take it because it's game.
That
was
wasn't that.
above and beyond.
First of all, you grabbed my leg. You grabbed my leg. You grabbed my leg.
What about me?
I said Draymond should have been suspended 2 games. I'm not saying it was right. He should have got suspended 2 games. But what I'm saying is, between 2 men,
nope.
We're supposed, even boxers
Because you're
shake
supposed
hands.
to be hitting each other there. That's okay. And if you throw me an elbow and you bone me in the paint and you do all that stuff, that's in the game. Stomping me on the chest.
After you grabbed my leg.
What about me? You did it. Did you not stomp me on the chest?
Did you not grab my leg first?
Doesn't matter. Did you stomp me on the chest?
What? Okay, so let me ask you this.
Did I hit you? No, I did not.
If you're running through a forest and something grabs your leg, you're going to kick it off.
He wasn't in a forest. He was standing on a basketball court and knew exactly what was underneath him. And if this was the first time,
Rob,
maybe I'd give it a pass.
Rob.
This is his life. And he thinks, you know what? It's just the game. No, bruh. You stomped me in the chest. I'm wearing a black eye. I don't like you, and I don't have to shake your hand. In fact, I hope something happens to you on the way out of the building.
I'll say this. There's 2 sides to this coin. If he shook the other guy's hands, I'll give him a pass. And let's say he skipped Draymond. Fine, you make a good point. But if you didn't shake anyone's hands, it is bush league.
Yeah, it kind of is.
It is bush
And
league.
he got embarrassed.
But now Draymond, okay, Rob, you make a good point. Yeah, you stomped me in the chest. I almost got a cracked rib if I wasn't thick. Fine. Fine, Rob. Okay, I'll meet you halfway. But you got to shake everyone else's hand. But now there's a lot of series. I mean, of course, the infamous Detroit leaving while the game is still going. I remember after the Lakers beat Allen Iverson's Sixers, Derek Fisher had to pace Allen Iverson down the hall because Allen didn't shake anyone's hand. So Sabonis ain't the first, and he ain't gonna be the last.
And it's not everybody. It's Draymond. Everybody.
You just don't like the messenger.
No,
you don't like the messenger. You like of all people, Draymond. You're gonna talk about respect. That's what I think your problem is. Like, dude, not you. If it was from Steph, you'd be like, hey, all right, I get it. But from Draymond?
Yeah, what about the dude you kicked in the nuts? Should he have respect for
That
you?
was LeBron.
Well, I mean, it seems like he's done to
Steven
several
Adams,
guys.
too. I don't remember. It's a lot of
several guys. So should they still have respect for you? Was it just in the game when you just keep doing it over and over and you go, oh, but I'm a fun guy?
Okay, so Where do we draw the line? Those good, hard-fought series, should everyone shake hands? Or we grown men, let's just go away?
I don't think, like we say on a team, you don't have to like each other to get to play on a good team. I don't have to like you, duh. I mean, I just don't have to like you, and I shouldn't have to act like I do. Now, you know what I mean? Now, I'm not going to go out of my way to embarrass you. I'm not going to go and do something to hurt you. But when it comes time, like, I'm not shaking your hand. I genuinely don't like you. Why should I have to? Because we're getting paid and looked at. I wouldn't do that in regular public.
Time out, Rob. We shake hands with people we don't like all the time.
Not anybody who stomped me in the chest. No, I ain't shaking your hand.
No. But I'm saying we have to, we're around and in and around people all the time that we don't like. Like, come on now.
I don't blame him for being that way. And I think that at some point somebody say, you know what, Draymond, maybe it's you. Maybe he has zero respect for you and doesn't even want to touch you. You know what I mean? What talk about it? You lost respect for me. I lost respect from you when I looked down on my chest post game and saw Nike written backwards on my chest. Like,
first of all, you're going too far.
I'm just saying,
man. I thought as men we're supposed to be able to gladiate and then congratulate.
This hug it out, bitch. No, I don't have to hug it out with you. I
thought we gladiate and then congratulate. Like, I thought we were supposed to battle it out, hate each other, fight each other. And then at the end, when there's a winner, especially in a 7-game series, you're like, yo, man, hard fought series. Appreciate the competition. I'll see you. I'm going to kick your ass next year. Like, what happened to that? What happened to that? See, that's why I was born in the wrong era.
Well, you don't have to be obnoxious.
I was born in the wrong era. I'm a 70s guy, man. Like, hey, man, how you doing, man? Good to see you.
Post-game 70s, they were going to do a little coke and have a good time.
Hey, you know what? When in Rome.
But
when in Rome.
I'm not saying be obnoxious. I'm not saying be arrogant.
Leaving the court without shaking anyone's hands is obnoxious.
Well, if you didn't shake anybody's hand, that's a whole other thing. And Sabonis, we have to have a talk. But for Draymond to say because he didn't shake my hand, you lost respect for me, like I had any for you, bruh. Like I give a crap what you think of me. Like, of all the people to say you don't have any respect for me, dude.
Warriors on the court share a beer afterwards. That's how it's supposed to be.
And most of the time it should be that case. But I shouldn't, just because we're going to be professional, act like I like you. Now, I don't have to act like I dislike you either. Just don't pay any attention to each other. Act like two people on the other side of the street. Don't look at them. Don't look at each other. But I ain't going out of my way to say, yeah, good, hard-fought game. I don't like you, bro.
Why? How can you not like him? You don't know the man.
I know that he stomped me in the chest.
Are you going to let that go?
I know that he punched his own teammate.
Rob.
Sucker punched him at that.
That wasn't a sucker punch. If you push a man, you better be ready to fight. That wasn't no sucker punch. We squared up.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, we squared up. Now, come on, bro. We fighting.
Don't tell me I need to respect you post-game after you do that. You don't get a free pass. It was inside the game. I don't buy that.
All right.
We gave away tickets, right?
I think so.
Good. I want to make sure.
So when LeBron walks off the court after they lose the words, doesn't shake their hands, he was down many times. I don't remember LeBron. I'd have to look at that.
You know, we've had this debate from high school up. This whole shaking hands things.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you need to be taught sportsmanship at a young age.
But everybody, it doesn't always translate.
And it looks awful for you when you don't show it.
Mm-hmm.
And like the text on our Kielbasa smoke meat phone lines. So when LeBron logs off the court and they lose, you're right. It looks as bad for him. I'll never forget watching Zeke and that team walk off, and Magic and the Lakers. Remember when they ran off the court one time? I've seen occasions where teams, and that's a terrible look.
It's awful. It's awful. Makes you look bad.
It certainly does. Hey, coming back in just a couple of minutes, we're talking with JJ Perez at 7:30. Huge news coming out of the UTSA football program. They are down one pro-level wide receiver. We'll tell you who that is and why. But coming back, the Cowboys have stayed busy post-draft. Will McClay and his crew went and roped in some undrafted free agents. We'll go down the list and tell you who they are coming up. This is R&R in the Morning, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
More Mother's Day shenanigans. I'm trying to help everybody out, and I'm going to help you out this time right here. Golf Club of Texas, Mother's Day brunch, May 14th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I need you to go to golfclubtexas.com and make a reservation. They're doing a fantastic spread for Mother's Day. They're going to do it 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I've already made my reservation. Spots are filling up fast. Chicken and waffles French toast, scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, seasoned potatoes, pancake sausage on a stick, danishes, muffins, bagels, donuts, and you can build your own crepe. And they have a yogurt and cereal bar. Adults 20 a person, kids 10 per person, 3 and under are free. And $4 mimosas. Who doesn't like mimosas? Golf Club of Texas taking care of you. Why? Because they have one of the best sit-down restaurants on that side of town. I was out at Golf Club of Texas Sunday with the fellas, had another great round, had another great time, always in great shape. We've been getting rain, so the course is getting better and better. Them greens, they're really getting, they were kind of slick, but guess what? They're in great shape. So it's on you to get the meters right and, make sure you're getting your putting down. I played awful, but I had a great time, as I always do, out at the Golf Club of Texas. The best rates are online at golfclubtexas.com. That's the Golf Club of Texas, the friendliest golf course in Texas.
It's Jimenez and Spence today at noon.
Coming up on Jimenez and Spence today at noon, Michael Jimenez makes his return back from Florida as he and Spence get set to discuss the Cowboys draft. Was it really as great as we all initially thought? And by not addressing a power back, did they leave the door open for Zeke, or do they believe in Malik Davis? All that and more coming up on Jimenez and Spence starting at noon.
Jimenez and Spence today at noon on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
We all have that friend who wakes up early to go get everyone McDonald's breakfast while the rest of us sleep in. This is your sign to thank them. And if you're that friend, this is us saying thank you.
Having McDonald's breakfast is delicious. Having someone else get you McDonald's breakfast is delicious-er. Right now, get a baked breakfast with hotcakes for just $4.99, only at McDonald's. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Grand slam, bomb, went yard, long ball, dinger. Do you even know what I'm talking about, Nigel?
Croquet.
Nigel, I'm talking about baseball. Courtroom plumbing and air conditioning is a lot like a baseball team.
Should we wear cups, Joe?
When a person has plumbing problems or their air conditioner just isn't cooling right, they can rely on our team to make the big plays. We hit it out of the park every time. Call Quarter Moon Plumbing and Air Conditioning, day or night, 651-5899.
Joe, should I start singing now? Take me out.
License number N16004, DACLA 000743458.
This is Chris Canepa with Connecticut. Connecticut, pure coincidence, but kind of cool, don't you think? I get hit with quirky quandaries and questionable catastrophes dealing with hard water calamities all the time. But I feel like King Canepa of Connecticut when I read the kind reviews from the Connecticut clients that love their Connecticut water system and no longer live in hard water calamity. Facts are, if you want to keep your appliances kicking and your kitchen clean and your skin kissable and your hair caressable and your entire home protected from crazy hard water crud, call me, Chris Canepa of Connecticut. For this month, you can save a caboodle of cash. We're closing out all of our current Connecticut models to make room for the new models, which means now is the absolute best time to save money on a Connecticut home water softener for your home. Schedule your free, no-obligation water analysis at 656 Pure or online at connecticutsa.com. Connecticut, 656 Pure.
The last water softener you'll ever own. ConnecticutSA.com.
Davies Entertainment Viva La Brawl coming to the Tech Ford Arena May 5th, and we have your chance to win your way in. Join the Blitz live tomorrow at Slackers North Star from 3 to 7. Meet and greet with Viva La Brawl fighters Brown Navarez, Brittany Ordonis, and Eddie Ortiz. Happy hour specials and your chance to win free tickets to Viva La Brawl on Cinco de Mayo at Tech Ford Arena. That's tomorrow at Slackers North Star with the Sports Star and Davies Entertainment crew starting at 3.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem. And it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Arasti. At Arasti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Arasti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
For over 17 years, the award-winning legal team at George Salinas Injury Lawyers has been representing personal injury victims all across Texas. Have you been injured in an accident? George Salinas is ready to represent you with free consultations, 24/7 availability, and no attorney fees unless we win. George Salinas Injury Lawyers will help you get the results you need so you can focus on recovery. If you've been injured, one call could change your entire case. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers, 210-225-0909, or visit georgesalinas.com.
George gets justice.
Good morning, everybody. Jason Minix here from the Blitz, starting at 3 o'clock today. Still reacting to the Cowboys draft. Will McClay will join us today. We hope, we think, we promise. Right, Rudy? You know how it goes. Like watching a Game 7 of hockey.
Hey, Game 7 in the hockey are awesome.
So I've been told.
They're awesome. And man, whatever was in the air is finally leaving my throat. Pause.
The post-rain.
Dude. And I don't normally get like that, but I don't know, something happened between last night and this morning. And I was like, oh my God, I have Viva La Brawl and I can't talk. Remember when I did my sports center this morning, I thought I was going to die. I couldn't talk this morning. I started freaking out.
In our line of work, that's important.
It looks just a little bit.
Will McClay stayed busy post-draft as his group went and did some more talent scouting. 13 undrafted free agents now sit on the Dallas Cowboy practice roster. To go down, we'll give you the names, and more importantly, it's the positions. TJ Bass is a guard. Jose Barbone out of Temple's a wide receiver. Earl Bostic, an offensive tackle out of Kansas. Miles Brook, a cornerback out of La Tech. David Durden, another wide receiver out of Western Florida. Princeton Font, a tight end out of Tennessee. A defensive end out of Liberty named Darrell Johnson. Isaiah Land, another defensive end from Florida A&M. A fullback. Yes, a fullback.
What are those?
Hunter Lupke.
What are those?
It's those guys we can't quite figure out what to do with.
Yeah,
too small to be a tight end, too big to be a running back.
What do they do?
We used to be linebackers, but they had good hands.
Right.
Those guys. This guy, Hunter Lupke, tries to reinforce what has been a long
The shot number, I got to look back at Brian's offenses. Did he run with the fullback?
Probably not.
I'm trying to figure that out.
Coordinators really chase a fullback.
I'm just trying to figure out why you bringing in a fullback if you don't use them. They're clearly going to use, maybe have thought about it.
Did we have a fullback last year? I don't think so. I think last year they did not. That was the first year. Garrett always had a fullback. That was just part of his mentality. Felt like he needed one because you could plug them into two positions, and normally they were really good on special teams.
True.
John Stevens, another wide receiver, and Tyrus Wheat, a linebacker. I count 1, 2, 3, 4 wide receivers and 1 tight end. Of the 13 players brought in, 5 on the receiving side of the ball. And on the other side, 1, 2 defensive ends. Not a lot of help coming in on the offensive line, 1 guard, 1 tackle. They chase wide receivers. They're still looking.
Out of the 13 guys you named, they know they probably want to keep 2.
If 2 make it. Because if you think undrafted free agent, certainly the legendary Tony Romo.
Yeah, I mean, don't get it twisted like that. Yeah. Well, he was 7th round. He was damn near. Pacheco was in the Super Bowl. He was damn near undrafted 7th round, just like it. So sometimes these guys pan out.
You look back now, granted, there was a time before scouting had been so national,
right,
that it was hard. I mean, you find those guys anymore. It's a little bit more difficult, but in the annals of Aggie history, of Cowboy history, Mark Tuanay, Everson Walls, Cliff Harris, Drew Pearson,
undrafted,
Tony Romo, Bill Bates, Michael Downs, Dan Beetle Bailey, all.
Oh, this is pretty cool. We're going to revisit this because we got to get to JJ. But the all-time undrafted team.
There's one that comes to mind above all else.
Of course, Kurt Warner.
Yeah. I made movies about it.
But the thing is, don't feel bad for these guys. They walk away at about 200,000.
Think about it. We're looking at the signing for those. And of the 2 players that were reported by Blogging the Boys, both of them came in at about 200,000 guaranteed.
Dude. Because my thing is, like, let's say the NFL don't work out, right? NFL doesn't work out. You just like, you know what? I had a great college career. You get a great starting point in your life having about $150,000 in your bank, liquid.
200,000 off the top. One got a 25K signing bonus with 195 guaranteed. One has 200 straight guaranteed. I don't know how it's to be paid out, but you do get 200K for about 4 months' work.
I'm down.
June, July, August,
Then you get
September.
the per diem.
You're done. And then
you get the per diem.
When you're at camp, a lot of people don't realize that the players get per diem above and beyond.
About what, $100, $200 a day?
It's I don't know what the NFL gets. I know NBA is upwards of $200 a day when they're on the road. You know, NBA players get per diem too. They don't have to live on their
get per diem.
Yeah, we get per diem. Well, we turn in our receipts.
Oh, we get our money back. Yeah,
they
yeah.
just
That's
get an
per diem.
envelope of cash.
That's per diem. That's cool.
Yeah. Hey, let's talk with the UTSA program insider, JJ Perez. Crazy news coming out of the football program as the best wide receiver that's ever set foot on a UTSA sideline is waving goodbye, has entered the portal. JJ is going to join us next, and we'll try to figure out where he's going and why he's leaving. UTSA football talk coming up. Stay here. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Astros get some bad news as their starter Luis Garcia lasted 8 pitches before being pulled with right elbow discomfort. Don't forget, Jose Urquidy was placed on 15-day injured list with right shoulder discomfort. Tonight, Heat, Knicks. Can the Knicks tie it up? Or reports are that Jalen Brunson's questionable. Also, Randall is questionable. And then you get Steph LeBron, part 5.
Hello, I am Jason Thompson, a lawyer for us. Since 1994, I have helped people injured in car, truck, and motorcycle collisions right here in San Antonio. I don't have a clever nickname. I'm not the law lion, the law gun, the hammer, or some other tool. I'm a practicing attorney. When your life is upended literally by a negligent driver, it can be overwhelming. Dealing with insurance companies is, in my opinion, intentionally complicated and frustrating. Why? The fewer dollars the insurance companies pay, the more they get to keep for themselves. You need an experienced attorney to help you make the best decisions for yourself and your family. And that's what I do. That is who I am. Jason Thompson, a lawyer for us. I'm a phone call away, 210-900-0400. The call and the consultation are free with no obligations. My number again is 210-900-0400, or just remember, alawyerforus.com.
In business, everything your employees do impacts your brand, including what they wear. Cintas has high-performance workplace apparel for almost every job imaginable. From work shirts and pants, to polos and khakis, to Oxfords or T-shirts, these clothes move, breathe, and look great. Your team gets the styles they like, you convey the image you want. And Cintas service includes weekly laundry and delivery. To learn more, visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
When they're investigating, we can't stop watching. This month on BritBox, sit back, relax, and enjoy watching the detectives. Discover Britain's most bingeable mysteries, including the brand new season of Grace, the hit series based on the books by best-selling author Peter James. Unwind with the detectives you could watch all night long. Stream them all now exclusively on BritBox. Endlessly intriguing. Start your free trial at BritBox.com.
At Lowe's, we're always bringing pros more ways to save on the brands you trust. Right now, save up to $50 on select Tough Built products, including the new exclusive Tough Built Steelhead Framing Hammer. Plus, you'll always save big on job lot quantities when buying select building supplies in bulk. Because Lowe's knows savings, Lowe's knows pros. Must ask cashier to apply discount at time of purchase. Online discount is automatically applied in cart. See Lowe's.com or associate for more details and qualifying items. Lowe's reserves the right to limit quantities. Discount taken at time of purchase. Valid through 5/5.
Guys, fellas, men, do you want a better sex life? Roman has genuine medication that helps you achieve and maintain what you need to perform. Roman has discreet wipes that help you last 4 times longer in bed. Roman has testosterone testing and treatment. Treating low testosterone can help revive your sex drive. So men, what are you waiting for? For a better sex life, go to ro.co/bettersex. Do it today and get 20% off. That's ro.co. Sex.
Today on Hey Culligan, how smart is your water? Here's Tracy.
Hey Culligan, I think
My water might be dumb.
Good news, Tracy. Your water's not dumb. It's just not talking to you.
You can make my water talk.
No, but the new Culligan Smart Drinking Water System can talk to your phone to tell you when your water filters need changing and help you meet drinking water goals.
Now that's some brilliant H2O.
You said it, Tracy, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test with a local Culligan water expert at Culligan.com.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. I knew we could not put off getting life insurance. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $40 a month. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $18 a month.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-452-5050 or go to SelectQuote.com now. That's 1-800-452-5050. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
As a roofer, I'm always on the go, so I need to be able to get things done from anywhere. That's why I partner with Beacon. With the new Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the brands I depend on, like GAF, right at my fingertips. It's like having my Beacon rep in my pocket 24/7. I rely on Beacon because I never stop building, and neither do they. Now through June, purchase through Beacon Pro Plus and earn up to $1,500. Beacon, always building.
Discover credit cards automatically double all the cash back you earn at the end of your first year, which means, wait, hold up. Question for the audio engineer.
Go ahead.
Did I read that right? Discover automatically doubles all your cash back?
Yeah, that's what the script says.
So if I get a Discover card right now, I can earn twice the cash back.
Apparently. Wait! Unlimited first-year cash back match, only from Discover. See terms and learn more at discover.com/match.
All guests appearing on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star appear on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's R&R in the morning here on San Antonio Sports Star. Rudy and Rob with you. Hey, don't forget the Blitz is going to be live out of Slacker Sports and Arcade Bar tomorrow night, Wednesday, the Rector locale right behind North Star, as they're going to have a meet and greet for Viva La Brawl. That's coming up on Friday. We're giving away tickets in about 30 minutes for that. Hey, Friday, we got some rough news coming out of the UTSA football program as Zakari Franklin announced he was entering the transfer portal, saying goodbye, to talk about what happened and where he might be landing and where UTSA lands. We've got JJ Perez, your Roadrunner insider, joining us. Hey, JJ, thanks for waking up early and joining us. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling good, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, what'd you think when you got when I slid in your DMs at 5 a.m? You knew it was respectfully, right?
Up.
What are you doing up at 5 a.m, bro?
You got to get up to get the day rolling. So yeah, I was up. I was outside walking around. So you got to get the body moving.
Oh yeah,
but,
we believe that too. All right, JJ, what? How did we get here? What happened that
Talk to me.
Zakari decided to transfer at the end of the semester, after spring practice, after spring game, after everything's done? Heck, everybody going home in a week. Why is he going and staying away?
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of things going on behind the scenes. This is really UTSA's first big loss in the transfer portal era. I mean, I just looked. I think they're at 6 post-spring departures so far. I think they've had around 10 total.
But nothing like
last season.
Nothing like this talent.
Yeah, not a starter, not even a guy in the 2 deep that played regularly. So there's been some, rumors and stuff going on about, tampering, and you've heard head coach Jeff Traylor mention, different things on the radio during different times. And, right now we don't know where Zakari's going, and the door isn't closed on him coming back. They're trying to get him to come back still. But I mean, this is all, my understanding is all NIL driven. I mean, it's the world we live in. I don't know that it's a big surprise, because it's kind of been, something that's hovering over the program since the end of last year. And it is what it is. NIL is more important now than ever.
But, okay, so talk to me about, you said there's things going on behind the scenes. So what are the conversations like between Coach Traylor and Zakari as to what's leading up to him actually hitting the portal, JJ?
You know, I can't speak to that because I don't know that I know everything that's been said and shared. I just know, you know, there are a handful of NIL collectives for UTSA, 2-0 Inspired, 2-0 City Fans. There's a bunch of them, and all of those guys have tried to get something with Zakari going, and they've been really close these last few months in doing it. From my understanding, again, this is second and third hand information, but for whatever reason, it never got done and never came to fruition. So that tells me there may be something else going on, maybe, you know, other offers which aren't supposed to be happening, but maybe they are. And you know,
what do you mean maybe? JJ, you don't have to sugarcoat it. There's no maybe, it is. But is there enough? Look, Frank is doing well for himself, right? Of course, that's Frank. He's the face of he's the prince of the city.
He's been there 9 years.
Yeah, he's the prince of the city, JJ. Is there enough money to go around to keep guys that develop into stars like Zakari is?
Yeah, no, there is. It just, there may be more money elsewhere. Like, how much is enough? And who are
we talking six figures, JJ? Let's be real. These kids are looking for these kids are looking for six figures. Be clear.
You're 22, you're 23 years old. You don't know what your future holds. You've played at a place for 4 years. You hold every record book. How do you tell someone not to go get a six-figure, you know, salary somewhere? I mean, that's what we're talking about. This is free agency now. So yeah, it's hard. The sentiment is everybody's sort of thankful for the contributions that Zakari has had. I mean, he was big time, as big a part of, you know, the two championships.
Absolutely.
JJ, let me give some numbers to people so that if they don't know what just left. Zakari has 37 touchdowns, 3,348 receiving yards in his career. He was 2022 All-Conference USA and in good stead. Now, let's be real here. There is some competition at that position. Cephas and Clark both had great years as well. I'm not saying they were taking Zakari's spot.
They were all together.
But there might be something involved there. Obviously, there's a going rate to go get him. When you say the door isn't closed, do you believe that there is an NIL deal out there that he just felt like was unbecoming of his value and decided I'm going to look elsewhere and got an offer? Or was this just kind of a threat? Like, I might leave. I'm going to tell everybody I'm leaving. Let's see if they pony up some cash because I've seen other guys around there.
It's hard. I don't know that we've seen a lot of guys get in the portal and come back. So I think it's actually a combination of trying to improve the draft stock by going to a bigger program and getting a significant amount of money. And it'll be interesting to see where he lands. It's my understanding there's a handful of Power Fives. I don't know who they are. I've heard rumors of other Power Fives trying to get other players that are on UTSA's roster to enter the portal. But I hadn't heard anything specifically with Franklin, which kind of makes the announcement on Friday or Saturday, you know, a little bit more hurtful to the fans and the people who do it, because you're right. It was at the end of spring. It was kind of, you know, after everything had finished, but you know, the portal window closed on Sunday, and that was one of the things kind of just looming over the program's head.
Now, I know I have sources too, JJ, and I know teams came hard, legally or illegally, for Kavorian Barnes. I know that for a fact. How was the UTSA able to retain Kavorian Barnes? Because I've heard of a few significant offers, legally or illegally, for him to hit the portal.
I want to say there have been a handful, up to maybe 5 starters that have been approached illegally or legally. And, you know, most of these guys are good guys. Like, they don't want to leave. The portal was made for guys who aren't playing, to give them the opportunity to go elsewhere.
It wasn't to go make more money.
Kavorian Barnes is just starting his career with the Roadrunners.
But he's a star. He's a star.
Yeah. So they're better than ever before from an NIL standpoint. Like I said, there may be more NIL collectives at UTSA than any other school in the Conference USA and the ACC. It's just, what are the numbers? What do they look like? None of that stuff is real public information. You hear stuff on the down low about what someone could be getting, but we don't know unless someone comes out and says, I get this amount, or they're going there for that amount. And, UTSA is doing good with this collective, trying to it seems like the loss of Franklin is kind of rallying some support to try and, increase some of those figures. So maybe this turns into a good thing in the long run, but certainly it's a gut punch right now. It is a gut punch, no doubt.
Why be reactive though, JJ? When we talk about the collective, I'm not.
How much money do you think we got?
No, I'm not saying. Look, this is what I'm saying, Jay. I'm not knocking the collective. I'm thankful for them, but what I'm saying is, if you're able to ratchet it up now, and you're like, hey, let's band together, let's do this now. Like, why not do that before so we don't get here? And again, I'm not knocking them. I'm just asking the question: why be reactive instead of proactive? Because if you're able to ratchet it up now, why wouldn't you ratchet it up before?
JJ, before you go, you brought up something that I think is valid. That there are two competitors here. There's the American Athletic Conference that we're competing against as far as getting guys. Like if you're a senior coming in, you're being recruited. We probably come in at a level below the Power 5 as far as what the NILs are, and probably equal to or better most teams in the AAC. Zakari ain't transferring to another AAC school. He's going to a place where the budgets are bigger, deeper, and dollar values double. We'll never compete with that. UTSA will never compete with A&M or Texas or any of the Big 12. They're just not. That's not possible. There's not enough money. They will lose guys to them every time when it comes down to dollars. There's no way they can match it. Don't think we can. Don't try to.
That's not the point, though.
But it is the point. If you're competing against another team in the American, if he decides to go from here to Sam, from here to whatever, hey, man, you just lost for football, but it wasn't money. But if he decides to power up, you're not going to be able to match that.
But there's a handful of guys that stayed.
That's what I'm saying. If they're good guys and they're going to live by their commitment, this is enough. You're going to be able to keep them. But if UTSA alum, if you think you're going to put together a war chest of enough money that when Zakari comes and says, hey, Tech just offered me $60,000 a year, we don't got that. And don't think you're ever going to come up with
it. Do you believe that, JJ?
I think that's the situation with Zakari Franklin. I'd be shocked if he wasn't at a Power 5 school when he just announces his commitment, whenever that is. I throw SMU into the Power 5 group because of how much money they have.
I'll agree.
And all of their collectives. But overall, UTSA's been pretty proactive in NIL. Like I said, I want to say there are 5 collectives, maybe, and they are doing stuff across various sports.
Awesome.
And, there are 2 big ones that are really pouring into football right now. So I think that's why we haven't seen guys leave, because they're getting something that's on par or greater than what other schools are getting. But I think Rob's right. Once you get into the Power 5 group, it's another echelon that they just can't compete with.
So I saw him on Instagram in Dallas yesterday. Is that where his family lives, or should I read into something there?
SMU.
No, I mean,
he's from Cedar Hill. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say, I was like, all right. So what do you know that we don't know? Well, you know what? It sucks, JJ. Was probably my favorite player. And then when you get 3,700 yards walking out of the locker room, hopefully they can come up with something and get him back home.
Now, JJ, I know we reached out to you regarding football, and you're a great resource. And if you're not following him on Twitter, I mean, you need to make sure inside under Runner Sports. Talk about the basketball program real quick. What's the status here? What's Coach Henson doing? I saw where they had started some spring practice. Are there enough guys even in the building to run a practice?
Big reset this year. Coach Henson was kind of on the hot seat this year, and athletic director Lisa Campos decided to bring him back for next season. First season in the American, I think they had 8 guys hit the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're up to six guys right now for their new recruiting class. So no, they don't have enough guys to fill the team now, but they're working on it. They got some ballers coming in, some transfers. They're hitting the transfer portal hard. So it's going to be a brand new team for the first team in the market. and see if they could. I mean, that is a good basketball conference. So it'll be interesting to see Memphis and Wichita State.
Man, that won't be interesting, JJ.
It's going to be a rough.
That's going to be rough, bro.
Let's go football carry the way.
ESPN. It'll all be on ESPN.
Hey, that's all that matters, right? Let's
baby.
go.
Hey, JJ, thanks for the
Thanks,
insight.
man.
We appreciate you stopping by.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks.
All right,
JJ
JJ
Perez stopping by. Inside Runner Sports. Make sure you're following him at InsideRunnerSports.com and on Twitter at the JJ Perez. Yeah, this is a tough one. And you know, Coach saw it coming. Coach Traylor's been talking about it. And it's not going to be the last time it happens. But as we judge this, think about what's going on in Colorado as 52 players from the last season are now in the transfer portal.
How many? 52. Okay, we'll see. Well, when Deion gets to the campus, Rob, and he calls them into the little film room and he says, hey, I'm bringing my own luggage and it's Louis. Some of y'all need to hit the portal.
What do you say? 52 are gone?
Yeah. I didn't know it was that many, though. I didn't know it was that many.
So when we get mad at a player leaving, keep in mind a coach literally just threw them out. The 8 o'clock hour is going to be chock full of fun. I got tickets to give away. James Harden turns back the clock and gets some positive karma. And we got a clash of the Titans just around the corner as Steph, LeBron. Is this 3 or 4?
This is, well, in the playoffs period, 5.
5.
Because 15, 16, 17, 18, and now. Well, do you count the 2021 when they played each other in the play-in and LeBron beat them? Is that play-in playoffs?
No, not according to Silver.
So this will be 5 then.
But it's win or go home. I'll still say it is. You know, just because we don't define it. Hey, let's talk some NBA and what has been a spectacular playoff season. And more news coming out of Dallas as they have harvested some undrafted free agents. Hold on, more to do. SportsCenter's next. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey everyone, Michael Kielbasa here with Kielbasa Smoked Meats. Since 1949, we've made our sausage with real smoke and honest meat to create our uncompromising slow method to craft that famous mouth-watering Kielbasa experience. I hope that when you see our product, you pick it up, take it home and try it. And if it's not the best you've ever tasted, I'll give you your money back, guaranteed. Find Kielbasa Smoked Meats in a store near you today.
Grand slam, bomb, went yard, long ball, dinger. Do you even know what I'm talking about, Nigel? Croquet. Nigel, I'm talking about baseball. Courtroom plumbing and air conditioning is a lot like a baseball team. Should we wear cups, Joe? When a person has plumbing problems or their air conditioner just isn't cooling right, they can rely on our team to make the big plays. We hit it out of the park every time. Call Quarter Moon Plumbing and Air Conditioning, day or night, 651-5899.
Joe, should I start singing now? Take me out. Like December M16004, DACLA 000743458.
Hey, did you know nacho fries are back at Taco Bell? But they're not going to hang around forever. So don't wait, or you might miss out on these hot, crisp fries covered in all those bold Mexican spices with delicious nacho cheese sauce. Or wait and just settle for flavorless fries. Regular, bland, spiceless, flavorless, flimsy, non-nacho fries. Just an absolute bummer of a fry.
Nacho fries are back. Get them today, only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact local store for hours and participation which vary.
Next up, Straight Talk from Doug. Ever notice that saying no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive.
That's the Straight Talk talking. Get unlimited plans as low as $35 a month from Straight Talk on America's most reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com. On the $35 plan, first 10 gigabytes data at high speed, then 2G speeds. Refer to the latest terms at straighttalk.com based on most first-place rankings, root metrics, second half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
Davies Entertainment, Viva LeBrawl, coming to the Techport Arena May 5th, and we have your chance to win your way in. Join the Blitz live tomorrow at Slackers North Star from 3 to 7. Meet and greet with Viva LeBrawl fighters Brown Navarez, Brittany Ordonis, and Eddie Ortiz. Happy hour specials and your chance to win free tickets to Viva LeBrawl on Cinco de Mayo at the Techport Arena. That's tomorrow at Slackers North Star with the Sports Star and Davies Entertainment crew starting at 3.
Diamonds Direct invites you to join us as we celebrate all the moms in our lives. This Mother's Day, we're giving Mom more to say thank you for all she does. With every fashion jewelry purchase of $2,500 or more, we'll give Mom a free customizable diamond initial pendant valued at nearly $800. Shop now through May 14th to give Mom Together an exceptional collection of meaningful gifts for any budget. The perfect heirloom pieces to pass down to the next generation of moms. Birthstone rings, stackable rings, eternity bands, pearls, elegant diamond pendants, and of course, stunning diamond earrings. This year, she deserves a gift that keeps giving, and at Diamonds Direct, that's our specialty. Timeless gifts of jewelry she can enjoy and cherish for decades to come. And now's a great time to upgrade her diamond studs or pendant with Diamonds Direct's unmatched 110% upgrade. Come let the experts at Diamonds Direct help you find that remarkable gift that says, "Cheers, Mom, for all you do and for who you are." Diamonds Direct. Get locations and store hours at diamondsdirect.com.
Smoker's Paradise, your premium smoke shop. Fully stocked to shop everything you need for your smoking needs under one roof. Vaporizers, disposable e-cigarettes, hookah accessories, water pipes, cigars, and more. With 13 area locations, including the newest location at Callahan and I-10. Visit smokersparadise.com. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
Attorney Joe Cordell. Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer's skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's San Antonio area attorneys. Offices in San Antonio, Austin, and St. Louis. CordellCordell.com.
It can happen in an instant. A car accident can change your life forever. From serious injuries to mounting medical bills to battling insurance companies. Accidents make life harder than it should be. If you've been in an accident, George Salinas Injury Lawyers are here for you. They're local, experienced, and ready to fight for results that make a difference. If you've been injured, don't call just any lawyer. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers at 210-225-0909 or visit georgesalinas.com.
George gets justice.
Cowboys play here. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
On this day, I promise forever.
It's a hard in the morning.
This
is perfect.
I surrender.
I'd like to introduce the father of the bride. Every Tuesday, we tell you what has happened on this date or these dates in history. And today, May the 2nd.
Was it a busy day, Rob?
It has been over the years. I think the most significant, back in 1939, after playing on April the 30th and having a team day off on May the 1st, Lou Gehrig took himself out of the Yankees lineup, ending his consecutive games played streak at 2,130.
He took himself out.
He took himself out. Well, remember, he was dying, which began on June the 1st, 1925, ended on May the 2nd of 1939. In that streak, it encompassed all but one of Lou Gehrig's 493 career home runs and 2,700 of his 2,721 hits. He took himself out and never played again. This was May the 2nd, 1939. Another significant day in baseball history happened on May the 1st, yesterday. Ricky Henderson broke the all-time steals record. Now, he went on to steal a whole lot more, but way back when,
It's funny you bring up steals, Rob, because yesterday I saw that this year has been the most attempted steals to this point in the season since 1998.
Base paths are shorter because of those giant bases.
Yeah. What else would happen on this date, May 2nd?
May the 2nd, you might recall Spurs fans back in 2015, a hobbled Chris Paul hit a game-winning shot with 1 second remaining to put the Clippers past the Spurs. That's right. At the time, no other player had made a Game 7 series-winning field goal with as little on the clock as under a second. Now, Kawhi hit a buzzer beater in Game 7 to win the 2019 playoffs, so this no longer stands. But at that point, it was the latest shot to win a playoff game, Chris Paul.
I remember that. That's when the damn scores table cheated us.
2015, Floyd Mayweather beat Manny Pacquiao in the fight to change what dollar values truly meant to boxing. I believe Mayweather cleared $52 million for that fight.
I had a memory pop up today on my Facebook talking about that because it was like, Floyd got to 48-0 and everybody talked about how boring the fight was. So I remember that day.
Harden got a blackjack not only in Vegas, but last night in Boston. He went, party how Philly traveled up to Boston, didn't have Embiid, and took down the Celtics late. NBA talk coming your direction next. This is R&R, and you're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This is San Antonio Sports Star, KTFM, Floresville, and always at ESPNSA.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
UTSA star wideout Zakari Franklin entered the transfer portal on Friday. Over 1,000 yards receiving in the last 2 seasons and 11th nationally in yardage in 2022. Tonight, we get game 2 between the Heats and Knicks. Will Butler play? Will Brunson play? Will Randall play? Also, game 1 between the Warriors and Lakers, and it is Curry LeBron, part 5.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake up, wake me up. So wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the left hand slam.
I want some nasty.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I kiss excellence.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
It's R&R in the morning on a Tuesday. Glad you're with us. Don't mind them brake lights. We'll get you where you're going. He's Rudy. I'm Rob. 2 hours of sports talk radio coming your direction. Hey, and a little after 9 o'clock, the Big 12 is expanding their footprint. Some would say expanding their brand. We'll tell you what that means as the Big 12 is headed to Mexico, it appears.
The Met Gala was last night, Rob. That's all I want to talk about. I wish we were on TV so we could put up some of these different looks from last night. James Harden had a look. Was it Met Gala worthy what James Harden wore to the gym?
To
Coinbase?
Denim?
That's denim, bruh.
Uh-huh.
I can't pull it off, but I'm rocking with it, Rob.
No, well, I mean, everything has its place.
I can't pull it off, but I'm rocking with it.
I'm not sure that ever has its place. It's certainly probably in the Fleet Center probably matters. Yeah, last night the Met Gala, and for those that care, it is a party for sure and an exhibition for sure. You combine the two. It's probably, for stars, probably the coolest invite of the year.
Oh, it's one of those things where you're using all of your resources possible to get in. Now I just saw Little Nas X.
Is he the one rolled in silver and
glitter? Pearls?
Yeah, he's rolled in those pearls that's all over.
Those look like pearls, bro.
Okay, and a little black thong, which you appreciate. What's his name? Leto. Jared Leto showed up in a full-on cat suit, and it looked
the cat
realistic.
suit was fire though.
Kind of crazy. Looked a little hot.
But see, you know
Looked
what
like
though?
a mascot.
When you really like delve into the page, Rob, most of it's pretty normal. You just have your 5 to 10 that go overboard.
Did you see what Rihanna was wearing?
No, I ain't seen Riri yet. Damn it.
I think she had a garbage bag over her head.
No,
I think it was a white garbage bag with flowers glued to it, and she was poking out a little hole. She looked like
that's not a garbage bag, bro.
White Grimace.
Okay.
What is that? A sack? A satin sack?
Those are rose petals.
Yes,
but they're white,
and it's like a blanket over her head.
It's like a little igloo rose petal box, and then eyelashes on top of the shade.
Looks comfortable.
It looked like her husband, ASAP Rocky, looked like he went with the kilt,
which annoys me too.
Oh no, he went with so I'm looking at it now. So he went with the kilt, but it's over jeans. So he didn't go full skirt.
If you're gonna go full skirt,
he didn't go full skirt.
I was at a wedding not long ago, and a guy was wearing a kilt.
Well,
kilt better be
a kilt
Scottish.
ain't a skirt. By the way, let's be clear.
No, it's a skirt.
No, it's not.
If there's no pants, it's a skirt. I don't care if it's a man or it's a kilt is a kind of skirt.
Rob, it's a kilt.
It's a kilt, but it's a kind of skirt. Well, I mean, shorts are a kind of pants. They're not pants, but there's 2 legs.
You wouldn't tell Roddy Piper, dude, that's a skirt, because he body slammed you.
It's a skirt. I don't think it. Why would anybody get mad at that? It is an open.
Rob,
there are no
it's
legs.
Not a skirt.
It's a skirt. Okay.
Well, what is it?
Not a skirt. If I showed you, if I laid a women's skirt down, and then I put a kilt down, and I told you pick out the skirt, You will know which one to pick out because they look the same. Call, guy gets to wear a kilt. But if I put down a high school girl's, like a uniform, like an incarnate word, green and blue plaid skirt, laid that down and played down a plaid kilt, would you know the difference? I wouldn't. It's a skirt.
No, I wouldn't know the difference. I'm not in the fashion world. But I know when a man wears it, it's a kilt.
Okay, you can call it a kilt, but he's wearing a skirt.
Okay, a perfect example. So the soccer players, the men's soccer players, they wear that thing that tracks all of their stuff.
The bra?
See what I'm saying? It's not a bra.
It's a bro. It's a man's ear.
You're being difficult this Tuesday.
What is it? What do you want to call
it? A body keeper upper tracker thing. It's not a sports bra.
No, I didn't say
it. Looks like it.
It's a man's ear. This is the Seinfeld line, by the way. I wish I was making that
up. I wish
I had come up with that, because if I had coined that, I would be selling man's ears right now.
Moving on. I did see the cape. Diddy had on a cape. I saw Dwayne Wade had on like the cape. I don't know. Is it a cape?
I think if it's like a sheet hanging off your back,
or is it a jacket
sleeves,
without you putting your arms in it?
Well, if it doesn't have sleeves, doesn't it become a cape?
If it's no sleeves, it's a cape.
I think capes are in. I think capes are now a fashion accessory.
See, now I think,
and I think we need capes.
Yeah, we do need capes. Now I think I want to wear capes. I think I want to do a cape to Viva.
Now we're talking.
I think I might need to find me a cape.
Now it needs to be, if you're going to wear a cape, I think you need to be all in. And let's get our listeners in on this.
It's not going to have glitter balls on it.
Why not?
I'm not putting glitter balls on it.
That's like a
I'm not a little Nas X.
Canvas of things you could do on that cape. You could sell it. You could sell spots on your cape, like the Spurs. You could have like Wish and Frost.
Now you talking. See, now you talking about language.
Now when you go NASCAR on this, and you've got an entire cape that you could sell. Anybody out there got a cape?
Don't do that.
Anybody out there got a cape? Or maybe you need one of those silk that's got to have a collar and a cape.
See, Diddy's had like a collar on it.
And then you could, like, you know how they swirl that thing? Dude, I think capes need to be a thing. If you want to see Rudy in a cape, get on the phone. I got a sounder for you.
Be the seventh caller at 210-656-ESPN. And you could be on your way to see Viva La Brawl from Davies Entertainment and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Kendall Jenner went full thong. She went full thong. She dating Bad Bunny now. She's been running around the country with Bad Bunny.
You
know who Bad Bunny is?
Yeah, of course I know who Bad Bunny is.
Sure. Just making sure.
Somebody said I was talking like I was 20 earlier.
I don't know
where that came from, but I talk like I know who Bad Bunny is. Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Yeah, Kendall went full thong.
Well, she's always in full thong.
Is she?
I have Instagram.
She's a little too skinny.
Eat a sandwich.
She's Victoria's Secret skinny.
Eat a sandwich.
Ain't nothing wrong with skinny. Ain't nothing wrong with thick. We're all God's children.
James Harden didn't get to go to the Met last night, though he dressed like he wanted to, and then went out and played the best game as a Philadelphia 76er. Can we say that? That's his best game as a
by
Sixer?
far.
Extraordinary.
On the road.
8 seconds to go. Nails jump shot. Puts them ahead. And suddenly Philadelphia grabs control of the Eastern Conference semis. As we always say, playoffs begin when the road team wins. Well, guess what? Boston's already in a hole. James Harden was truly spectacular. What did he get, 45 last night?
45.
In every game, it's somebody going bananas. In every game.
Yeah. Well, he got 45 because Missoula didn't decide to double team him. He was just like, but you know what? Tobias Harris was having a good game. Maxey was having a good game. I guess maybe Missoula got to the point where it's like, damn, I can't leave these guys. But look, if Tobias Harris beats me, I shake your hand, unlike Sabonis.
Marcus Smart?
Yeah, Maxey beats me, I shake your hand. I can't watch James Harden cook one-on-one all night and sleep at night.
So James Harden was spectacular. Maxey played a great game, a great defensive play to end the game there late with a steal off of a bad Malcolm Brogdon pass, which Brogdon holding the ball at the end, creating a turnover. Last play of the game, the Celtics end up with Marcus Smart just dribbling into the paint, praying something could happen. I think the reflection on this loss goes directly to Missoula, their head coach. He just did not have what was required for his team in the last 3 minutes. Unfortunate ending.
Yeah, I totally agree. He knows it. He knows it. He had to sleep with that last night and now make the adjustments. Look, they didn't get where they are. Looking coach, but in your first year, there's going to be some growing pains. You just hope those growing pains don't cost your series. Because what James Harden did last night is he bought Embiid another game. He bought Embiid another game. So now Embiid doesn't not rushing back to game 2. But props to Harden, because yesterday my question was, I don't know if he can get back in that James Harden Houston bag. And he said, Rudy, I just left Vegas. I got a body reset. I went through some money at the Rhino. What is it? The Spearmint Rhino. I'm good to go.
How long was he there? What we're talking about is he did flee to Vegas after the end of their first series. 2 days, 3 days, enough to make news.
It made news. I know Richard Jefferson and Kendrick Perkins were going back and forth about it. Richard Jefferson's like, look, man, I mean, Michael Jordan used to do it. Hell, Phil Jackson called Michael Jordan in and said, man, we got to let Rodman go reset. So, I mean, this isn't Tony Romo. Who else went to Cabo? Was it Witten?
Oh, it was all of them. It was all the guys.
That's not why they lost.
No. What about the banana boat guys?
That was after the season.
But I'm just saying, I mean, why do we begrudge these guys? I don't care if you go to Vegas.
In the middle of the playoffs?
It wasn't the middle of the playoffs. It was between series. It wasn't like he jetted off. I mean, it's
still the middle of the playoffs.
He had 3 days off. Had a 3-day pass, 2-day pass.
Well, Richard Jefferson's like, your legs swell up and it's a 6-hour flight and you should be in your room doing nothing, watching film.
I mean, if you're a Sixer fan, do you care?
Not after last night. Now, let's say he would have went 1 for 19 from 3, then he's getting killed today in Philly.
Probably. I don't care.
He didn't.
But I'm gonna treat you like a grown-ass man.
But you got to perform.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
I remember Kobe saying, like, I told one night the guys come to my room, they're like, hey man, let's go out. And he's like, you know what? Fine. I'm finally gonna go out with y'all. That's y'all leave me alone. We go out, we drink. Kobe said, we drinking everything. He said at 5 a.m.
Did he go knock on the door?
He was knocking on the door. All right, I did with y'all. Now you all gonna get up and come work out with me. So do what you do. Go gamble, Michael Jordan, until 3, 4 in the morning. If you gonna come out and drop 40, who am I to tell you not to? But when you don't perform, we're gonna have a conversation.
Now, injuries playing a role in this series. We don't know when Embiid will be back. That knee is certainly going to be important. But like you just said, he bought him another day, another couple of days.
He ain't playing. He's not playing tomorrow. If they play tomorrow, I would be shocked if Embiid plays tomorrow. He bought him a game.
Let's stay on the injury track. Jimmy Butler closed out a fourth quarter on one leg as he rolled an ankle. Now, he posted an Instagram picture yesterday walking around in New York. So I don't know what his status is, but certainly as Miami really didn't play all that well against the Knicks. They just shut down Jalen Brunson, right. And they didn't have Julius Randle to kind of back things up. But the injury are going to play a role.
Especially if Brunson can't play. If Brunson can't play, it's over.
Late word this morning is Brunson is questionable to go tonight, and Randle appears to be out.
If it's not doubtful, I think I consider you playing. Questionable to me means like, hey man, he be all right.
Boy, let me tell you,
I'd be shocked if Brunson didn't play. But Butler, that ankle, I might, if I'm Spo, I might tell him, hey man, meet me back in South Beach. Go get some treatment. We came up here and did what we were supposed to do. Now I know Spoelstra's greedy. I know Butler's greedy. They don't have that mentality of like, we just came for a split. They're wired differently and they want to come back home up 2-0. But if that ankle ain't right, there's no need to press it.
It is. It's not must win, but it's must win
for the Knicks.
Yeah, it's must win.
No, it's must win.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we'll be dead.
No, let's not sugarcoat it. It's must win.
They absolutely have to go get it tonight, and I cannot imagine the Knicks winning without Brunson getting 20. I can't imagine.
No,
and 20 is kind of low, but
that's why the Heat keyed on him. Because the analytics and the tape show that when he plays well, they win. Like Randall's pad games where he's gone for 40-something and they lose. But when Brunson is at 27, 8, and 9 or whatever it is, they're damn near unbeatable. So that's why the Heat keyed on him the other night.
The general manager of the Dallas Cowboys is named Jerry Jones, but the man behind the general manager, Will McClay, really is the talent acquirer. We're going to tell you what he's done over the last couple of days. 13 undrafted free agents now coming to Cowboy camp. But if you want to get an idea of what Will McClay's standing is inside the team, wait till you hear what we have next. We have sound from the war room as the decision for the first round pick was made. And it is, we believe. Don't forget, we got more basketball coming. And Big 12 is making some news as they try to expand their footprint. We'll talk about that at 9 o'clock. Coming back, Cowboy Talk right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe, today at 3.
Coming up at 3 on The Blitz, what were the Cowboys thinking? Will McClay knows. We'll ask him.
Yep, the Cowboys VP of Player Personnel will join us at 4:30, plus Shireen Williams at 5:30. The Blitz starts at 3.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe, today at 3 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 210-615-7777. That's 210-615-7777. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Hello, I am Jason Thompson, a lawyer for us. Since 1994, I have helped people injured in car, truck, and motorcycle collisions right here in San Antonio. I don't have a clever nickname. I'm not the law lion, the law gun, the hammer, or some other tool. I'm a practicing attorney. When your life is upended literally by a negligent driver, it can be overwhelming. Dealing with insurance companies is, in my opinion, intentionally complicated and frustrating. Why? The fewer dollars the insurance companies pay, the more they get to keep for themselves. You need an experienced attorney to help you make the best decisions for yourself and your family. And that's what I do. That is who I am. Jason Thompson, a lawyer for us. I'm a phone call away, 210-900-0400. The call and the consultation are free with no obligations. My number again is 210-900-0400, or just remember, alawyerforus.com. You know the Roo Pub knows how to throw a party, and this Sunday, May 7th, the Roo Pub will kick off their 10-year anniversary celebration with a massive crawfish boil. For $15, it's all-you-can-eat crawfish from Big Boy's Barbecue with all the fixins and live music. The party starts at noon. Bring your friends and come hungry. All-you-can-eat crawfish this Sunday at the Roo Pub in Angry Elephant, 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Train heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. Traininfo.com. It's hard to stop a train.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
This is for the men who never settle, the ones who believe only quitters end a game and a tie, the type of guys who choose the bar with the biggest TVs to overcompensate for theirs at home. This is the Lodge mentality. This is Twin Peaks.
Do you consider yourself a bourbon connoisseur? At Twin Peaks, we're proud to offer an exclusive and extensive collection of some of the most incredibly rare bourbons and whiskeys you're going to find. Also, rare and great tequilas. Plus, go check out the Barrel Selects, which are handpicked by Twin Peaks' team of experts that are bottled just for you.
San Antonio professional boxing has reached new levels. We're less than a week out from Viva La Brawl at Techport Arena. Buy your tickets now at daviesentertainment.com and join the whole Sports Star crew on Cinco de Mayo at Viva La Brawl. San Antonio's very own Castaneda brothers, Kendo and Jairo Castaneda, are headlining a card that features Brown Navarez versus Daniel Heinen and Destiny Jones versus Brittany Ordonez, and more. Davies Entertainment Viva La Brawl this Friday, Cinco de Mayo at Techport Arena. Buy tickets at daviesentertainment.com.
Gold. If you've been thinking of how to secure the value of your assets and grow your wealth, think gold. Think Noble Gold. Hi, Jason Minix here for NobleGoldInvestments.com. After the latest bank failures and other economic news that could devalue the dollar, gold is a safe investment to secure wealth. And if you're not sure what to do, that's not a problem. Go to NobleGoldInvestments.com. They'll walk you through everything. They will email you their gold and silver investors guide. Do this. Go look at the price of gold in 1970 up until today. It was about $35 an ounce, and the long-term trend will blow you away. A lot of folks wish they would have bought back then in an IRA or even physical gold. Don't wish you did this down the road. Take the time to go to the website today. Go to NobleGoldInvestments.com. You're welcome to use promo code STAR for a free 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin they're offering people that qualify. NobleGoldInvestments.com. Mark it down to due today. NobleGoldInvestments.com.
Listen to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star on your Amazon or Google smart speaker and just say, Alexa, play R&R in the morning on San Antonio Sports Star.
It's R&R here on San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, in about 15 minutes, the Phoenix Suns have a brand new owner. And he's got
who gets it? Is that what you say?
He's got a radical idea. Let your fans watch your team without too many hindrances. We're gonna tell you what that means in about 15 minutes.
I see what you did there, Rob.
But coming up right now, Will McClay has overseen, what are we, about 12 years into drafting. He's been around for a long time and has slowly become the absolute arbiter of talent on this team. And we heard from Jerry. Well, we heard from Jerry on Friday when he said we wouldn't have been here, but he pointed out to this guy, and I'm pretty sure he was pointing to Will. I'd assume it was.
Yeah.
Listen to the tape of the draft on Thursday night. This is out of the war room in that mothership they call the Star up there in Frisco.
I'm ready to take the nose guard.
I mean, we have a 1 and 2 together.
You got 2 minutes.
We'll just get warmed up.
Well, who would you take?
Personally, I would go with Mozzie because I know that he helps us now with the guard. I love the guard too. My question is, you're adding something to it where we have depth. I think the defensive lineman gives you an immediate starter and something for the future.
Here I am cut through if we missed one of those 2 guys after having them both here in our hands.
We're better on the line of scrimmage with either one of these guys. We've had offensive linemen there. We've had the opportunity to pick them. We've not had a defensive lineman, interior defensive lineman that high in quite some time.
We're good.
Who put the music behind this?
I wonder if that was going on or they added that later in post.
Yeah. All right. So let's break this down. So Jerry says, I want the nose guard. Clearly he's talking about Mozzie. So we giving Will credit for agreeing with his boss?
Well, I would.
Who I'm gonna agree with? I'm gonna agree with Mike McCarthy, or I'm gonna agree with my boss.
We get 30 seconds. Keep in mind, they had been watching this board. They're drafting 26.
26, yeah.
So they watched it for 24 picks. I think at the 24th pick, they had 2 guys on their board. They had,
I want to say,
tight end.
No.
I think tight end.
I didn't hear tight end in that
because he was already gone.
Rob.
Because he was already gone. I will put it to you until somebody proves me different. That Buffalo swooped in and took their tight end.
Okay, well then I think that's another question we should want Jason and Joe to ask Will McClay today.
They'll never give us the answer. They will never let us know.
Were y'all trying to get Kincaid?
Was that really somebody y'all were chasing?
Yeah. But so are we thinking the guard was because they said Jerry said, I'll be cutthroat if we don't have one of those 2 guys and we had them in our hands. We thinking is the TCU kid Avila?
I saw where Avila went 36.
Which is only 10 picks back.
Yeah, they had to have been talking about Avila. So they had an offensive guard.
Yeah.
And then they had Mozzie. And I think that that McCarthy would have been much happier to have a swing guard, future starter, yada, yada.
But this is the problem.
But got overruled.
Right. Will McClay says, if we take Avila, he's not starting. That's pretty much what Will McClay just said in that clip. He was like, it's going to add to depth, which is cool, but Mozzie starts right now. From day one, we're getting the starter with Mozzie. Because Avila's not starting on that offensive line.
Not anytime. And if he is, it's because of something tragic has happened in the meantime. It does show.
I love I'm a huge behind the scenes guy. I love B-roll behind the scenes stuff. So that was pretty cool to me.
Couple things there. First, it does show that when from February till after the draft, when McCarthy and all those that were involved saying, the first and most important thing we've got to do is put together a board that we absolutely trust. Get the scout guys out there and find the order that we find appropriate and then live with it, stick with it. They at least by what we saw, they put together their board. Will McClay said he was the highest rated guy we have seen for other. I know that there's some want for an offensive guy. He'd add some depth, but we ranked him. This is not only the highest rated defender we've ever seen, but we know he's going to start.
Well, I think a couple diehard Cowboy fans reached out via Twitter and text talking about the last time this high was Russell Maryland.
Yeah, and that was a good pick. That was the last time we took
a butt coming.
No, he had a good career. He didn't have a great one, but I mean, he got a ring on. He got some rings, so it did work out. I mean, but didn't Russell Maryland land because that was he wasn't a supplemental pick, was he? That was a straight up pick.
No,
it was the quarterback from Miami that the Cowboys grabbed, the Steve Walsh that they grabbed with a supplemental pick at that point. So the highest they've drafted
since Russell,
and that was
at that position, at defensive tackle.
And when you have a guy like McClay that's behind the scenes, he is just drafting as a talent acquirer. He has I would like to think he has a care for headlines and, moving the needle like Jerry does, because that's not a Jerry pick.
Jerry said nose guard.
I know, but if Jerry had his druthers and Jerry go pick the guy you want, he wouldn't go pick a lineman. You know what I mean?
He's a new Jerry, Rob. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Now, to me, the way Jerry asked him, Will, what would you do? To me, it sounds like Will kind of like lays all the information out. This is how I rank the guys, and then y'all decide. But in this case, Jerry was like, yo, break the tie. Because one person was like, let's go guard. One person, Jerry, was like, I want the nose tackle. Will, you break the tie?
And I think he's the right guy to do it.
I mean, he gathers all the information. Hell yeah, he should have a voice. And clearly, we just found out he does.
The Phoenix Suns are in a little bit of trouble in their playoff run as, Chris Paul's hurt. They're down 0-2. Now, they are going home. The brand new owner of the Phoenix Suns is named Matt Ishbia. Did you know that he actually played on a Michigan State basketball team? He is a true basketball fan.
I got lucky and knew that from when the purchase went down. Got lucky.
Well, one of the things he is planning on doing represents what a true basketball fan should do for the fans of the team that he owns. We'll talk about tonight's games and the future of the RSMs. We'll define what all that means next. You're on R&R in the morning, and this is San Antonio Sports Star 94.1 FM and ESPNSA.com. How's your roof? After this weekend, I hope the hailstorms that passed all around us didn't affect your roof. If it did, I hope you already had 210-FIX-ROOF in your phone. 210-FIX-ROOF is like 911 for your roof. If the emergency comes, and trust me, hailstorms are still going to be around the corner. There is still damaging winds on its way. When it happens, if you have 210-FIX-ROOF in your phone, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the last 40 years, you had help on the way. The cavalry was available. So when the catastrophe happens, when you have hail damage, when you have leaks, when you have wind damage, 210-FIX-ROOF gets roof fix on the way immediately, and they're going to stay there till the job is done. 40 years of experience in this city. You don't know what that means? What that means is when the next storm comes and all these pickup trucks are parked in front of houses, knocking on doors and putting signs down, they're coming and they're leaving. They're leaving. They don't live here. Dwayne Sharping and Roof Fix, they live here in San Antonio. When I was a young man, my dad said, as soon as you can, you hire 4 experts and you grow old with them. You hire a lawyer, you hire a plumber, you hire a roofer, and you hire a doctor and grow old with them. Find Dwayne Sharping and Roof Fix right now. Put it in your phone knowing you have got a partner with your home from now on. 210-FIX-ROOF. Know they're there when you need them. Know they're going to be here long after they're done with the roof. The home of the low price guarantee, the home of the satisfaction that San Antonians deserve. That's Roof Fix. Call them today and thank me later.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
Tonight, we get game 2 between the Heat and the Knicks as the Heat lead that series 1-0. Jimmy Butler is questionable with an ankle injury. Tip-off is set for 6:30, a game you can catch on San Antonio's ESPN 1250 starting at 6. And game 1 between Steph Curry and the Warriors as they take on LeBron and the Lakers at 9. R&R in the morning rolls on.
I can't wait for what's next. Even with higher stroke risk due to atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Eliquis, the Pixaban tablets, reduces stroke risk. It's the #1 cardiologist-prescribed blood thinner.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising, or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take medicines such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
As a roofer, I'm always on the go, so I need to be able to get things done from anywhere. That's why I partner with Beacon. With the new Beacon Pro Plus app, I've got the brands I depend on, like GAF, right at my fingertips. It's like having my Beacon rep in my pocket 24/7. I rely on Beacon because I never stop building, and neither do they. Now through June, purchase through Beacon Pro Plus and earn up to $1,500. Beacon, always building.
At Lowe's, we're always bringing pros more ways to save on the brands you trust. Right now, save up to $50 on select Tough Built products, including the new exclusive Tough Built Steelhead Framing Hammer. Plus, you'll always save big on job lot quantities when buying select building supplies in bulk. Because Lowe's knows savings, Lowe's knows pros. Must ask cashier to apply discount at time of purchase. Online discount is automatically applied in cart. See Lowe's.com or associate for more details and qualifying items. Lowe's reserves the right to limit quantities. Discount taken at time of purchase. Valid through 5/5.
Imagine it's the last ride, but your symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, are taking you for a ride. What should you do? Keep managing your constipation with belly pain the same old way? Or try getting ahead of your symptoms by talking to your doctor about treating it with Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Hey, did you know nacho fries are back at Taco Bell? But they're not going to hang around forever. So don't wait, or you might miss out on these hot, crisp fries covered in all those bold Mexican spices with delicious nacho cheese sauce. Or wait and just settle for flavorless fries. Regular, bland, spiceless, flavorless, flimsy, non-nacho fries. Just an absolute bummer of a fry.
Nacho fries are back. Get them today, only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact local store for hours and participation which vary.
Next up, straight talk from Doug.
Ever noticed that saying no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive.
That's the Straight Talk talking. Get unlimited plans as low as $35 a month from Straight Talk on America's most reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com. On the $35 plan, first 10 gigabytes data at high speed, then 2G speeds. Refer to the latest terms at straighttalk.com based on most first place rankings, root metrics, second half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
All guests appearing on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star appear on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you. Good morning, top of the morning. This is R&R in the morning here on San Antonio Sports Star. Another late night last night for guys like Rudy and I, as we watched late into the evening, the Denver Phoenix Suns series. Got to watch it on TV, which was nice. I didn't have to worry about finding it. It was on TNT last night.
Easy find.
Last night was TNT. Tonight is ESPN. You know, ESPN has
they
two
split
teams.
them.
Yeah, they split them.
Yeah, they split them.
The new owner of the Phoenix Suns, a guy named Ishbia, took over for Robert Sarver, and Sarver and his ownership escapades are well documented. Ishbia was kind of a savior. Showed up Suns and the Mercury for like $4 billion. Influx of cash. They're in the playoffs. When you talk about a new owner and then you combine that with the situation the league, and not just NBA but Major League Baseball found themselves in their contracts. There are some 33 different teams across several leagues that have contracts with what are known as regional sports networks. The Bally Sports Network is the one we're familiar with, and RSNs would make contracts with local teams, individual teams, to provide their normal TV coverage above and beyond the national deal that the NBA signs. So the individual teams make money.
So
off
the
of these
RSN,
deals.
that's Regional Sports Network, got you.
So Bally is our regional sports network. Well, the RSNs are going bankrupt. Every one of them. Bally in particular. Diamond Sports has, I think, 11 NBA teams that were under contract, Spurs being one of them. They're no longer going to be viable as a platform to deliver the product. They're not going to be around to deliver the road and home games that home fans have come to appreciate. Now, to watch them, you have to go on Bally. I say that as a backstory because Ishbia, in the site of this RSN, came out over the weekend saying, this is what we've done. We are now going to broadcast every game over the air. Not over the cable,
right?
But over the air. If you have an antenna, you can watch it. And they're going to build their own platform, much like suns.com or whatever their own website is, that if you're not in front of a TV, you can watch it free of charge. You don't have to go through a provider, an app that you have
ESPN
to buy.
Plus and all that
do
crap.
all that.
Yeah.
You will have immediate access to your team. Anybody who's been following me over the last couple of years, I had a crazy time just finding the Spurs games. And anybody who had Dish Network who decided not to deal with Diamond Sports ran into the same situation. You couldn't watch the Spurs. There was no avenue unless you were going to essentially break the law, which is what I was forced to do.
Either break the law or pay, what was it, $20 a month for Bally?
Or pay or pay whatever it is. You literally had to pay to play. Well, for Ishbia to come out and say that, for those of you guys that are of an age that don't recall the strike of 1999.
I remember the strike only because the Spurs won. I don't remember what they were fighting over.
So keep in mind, up until 99, there was the perception that if an NBA team televised and made it free for you to watch a home game, that no one would buy a ticket to go, that you would just stay home. Well, after the strike, as the league and the teams tried to make nice with their fans, they decided, at least for the rest of that year as they came back in, keep in mind, this was a championship run for the Spurs, that every game was just going to be broadcast on cable. You wouldn't have to pay for it. It wouldn't be pay-per-view. Back then, it was called pay-per-view. You could actually buy a game.
No, I remember my best friend's dad buying gazillions of Spurs games.
Yeah.
It's like damn near every night he would buy them on pay-per-view all the time.
That was the only way you could watch them locally without buying a ticket. Well, the NBA decided to make nice with their fans. Hey, they're going to broadcast it. And what they found was it didn't hurt attendance. It helped.
Because you get to see the atmosphere. You're like, yo, I want to go down there. Duh.
So 20 years later, here we sit again, where the greedy owners went, we got to get paid. We got to get paid. And finally, they've reached a point where there's no more money in the sponge. We got RSNs that are going bankrupt, and an owner who is a new owner is a throwback to the 2000s with a brand new shiny toy that are the Suns. How can I make money on this? His first move was, I'm giving this stuff free. You guys can watch it. It doesn't matter if they're home or away. It's on TV.
Yeah, and the thing about it is he's paying three guys about $120 million a year between KD, Chris Paul, and Booker. But I think it's smart. You're new in town. It's like when you open a new store, you're the new guy on the block. You run some specials for a while, Rob. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we got chips, sandwich, and a drink for $6. Come by. So I get what he's doing.
This shouldn't be just a special. We learned 25 years ago.
So you think it should be free all the time
better
for everyone?
For everybody. Because if you're a 5-year, and keep in mind, if you aspire to go to a Spurs game, you've got about, I don't know the numbers, but it's a small percentage of easily attainable tickets. $50 tickets, $35 tickets.
Right.
But for the most part, to go to a Spurs game is a $500 outing for families. By the time you buy your tickets, you pay for parking, you buy the hot dog and the Coke, you're going to spend upwards of $500.
If you're spending $500, you're doing it wrong. That's too much.
A family of four, you're spending $80 a ticket, $75, $80 a ticket. You're going to pay $25 to park. You're going to walk in there in both boys T-shirt.
All right.
And you're going to walk out with a couple of shirts.
If you bought,
beer,
you're right. That's
a couple
about right.
of hot dogs. Now, you didn't spend it all that day, but when you bought the tickets, you're already out $300.
Okay,
so
that's
$200
fair.
to be. I'm just
no, and then another reason it's smart, Rob, is because we have too many avenues to get what we want, and if you don't make it readily available, nobody's gonna care. Especially because, keep in mind, when we complain about the NBA, the thing I always come back to is the NBA's demo. To me, I could be wrong, is 18 to 25. They're the 2K guys. They're the shoe guys. They're the different uniform guys and girls. That's their demo. So what is he doing by making sure that they can watch on the devices? He's making sure that demographic that does not watch TV, if you're a Devin Booker fan and you're just always in your room, the 20-year-old is up in his room just chilling, but you like Devin Booker, that you could just flip out your phone, get an alert, get a notification, say, oh, Devin's playing. I'm going to watch a little bit on my phone while I'm sitting here doing my, reading a book or doing whatever it is I'm doing. So I do think it's a genius move.
I got to get them off the device to watch a game. That's what I got to do.
You can't. That's why he's putting it on the device.
To make it free and accessible without, everybody got a TV. You might not have anything attached to it.
No, yeah. I can't remember my 14-year-old watching live television. Live.
I think and I'm not against what's happening, but I think I think the demo, first of all, is aging every year. I think that it was 18 to 25, then it's 18 to 26, because the guys that got into the kick game and the video games, we're now 45. And
all I'm saying, well, no, kicks are way younger than us. All I'm saying is it ain't us.
No,
their target demo ain't us. It ain't.
Well, we're the ones that spend the money. We're the ones that buy the tickets.
Yeah, but we do whatever it is our kids ask us to do. The NBA's demo, the NFL is 35 and up. That's fine. Baseball the same, because baseball is an old man sport as well. NBA's demo is not Rudy and Rob, and definitely not Joe and Jason. It is not. They don't care about us. They make that very clear.
Well, they have it, and I think this is an outreach to us, because I think when I look at the way that my youngest son consumes the NBA, he doesn't watch a whole game. He watches the YouTube clip. 15-minute. Well, that doesn't do any good for anybody but YouTube. That doesn't do any good for the league.
And whoever owns the channel.
Whoever owns that channel. But there's no advertising built into that, the NBA. Now, they get a fee. They're getting paid.
They do. Hell yeah, it's a licensing fee.
The much better approach to this is, why don't we broadcast over the air and make every penny off of every spot? Now, consuming the 20 minutes, that's not going anywhere. But if I'm the NBA, I need them to watch the whole game, and I got to find a way to get you to that whole game.
And I'll put it on your device.
Then put it live on the device. They're going to do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's how you get back to where you're trying to be.
Put it on a TV, so if it's out, no matter where you are, you can watch it. No matter where they're playing, whether it's at home or away, get it in front of my face.
Absolutely.
Then you'll start selling the products. And it's, as one of the things, you always look to guys of an age and you go, oh, you're so wise. No, we're not any wiser. We've just seen this before. I've been through this, and I know that it will bring more viewers. Because personally, I had to fight to find my favorite team, because I chose a delivery method, Dish Network, that chose not to allow me to watch.
They did you a favor this year.
Who did?
The Bally Sport. There was no need for you to watch that this year. So they did you a favor this year. Now, next year, especially if we get that dude out of France, they're going to need to have this figured out. But you know what, Rob, what's crazy is, and again, we talk about this with the NFL, like when Daniel Snyder, you're making too much money to be gritty in every lane. Right. You're making enough money. There's no reason, because the thing is, if you get it in front of enough people, they're going to come to the games. They're going to buy jerseys. They're going to buy T-shirts. You're going to end up getting some money from them by putting the product in front of them.
What's the old saying? Pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered.
There you go.
And that hog just got cut up in a brand new pig.
And now, how do you think the other owners feel about this?
And
I'm surprised that he can act like his own government in this.
Well, I'll tell you this. If
I
I'm
thought
the
that
Knicks,
would be a league-wide. I thought you would have to do that league-wide.
No, you get to sign your individual.
No,
deal.
that's what I'm saying.
Which is good. But the problem with that is the Knicks make more money off their cable deal than any deal they
They'll
make with
never
the
give
NBA.
it for free.
They're never going to give it. That Yes Network funds the Knicks and the Yankees. You wonder where all the money comes from? It's the cable deal. It's not anything else. It's not ticket sales. It's the cable deal that they have. Knicks ain't going anywhere. The Dodgers have the same thing. The Angels have a pretty good cable deal. The Astros have screwed around and got with Root for a while.
The Astros were bad for a while. You couldn't find them either.
Well, they signed with a company called Root, and you just literally couldn't find them.
Yeah.
So there are some pitfalls there. The answer, at least for the league, as we sit now, is let us consume it free. I just don't get it.
I also think, see that you brought up New York. That is a market that there's certain people that like, I gotta have my Knicks. Considering I feel like we're not a town like that, you should want to give it to us for free. And I think he understands that about Phoenix too. While, Phoenix, to me, from my time there, Rob, feels a lot like San Antonio.
It's the same market. Now it's grown over the
years.
years.
Yeah, no, it's grown. I mean, they got baseball, they got football, granted, but it's still one of those towns. It's not Boston. It's not New York. It's not Chicago, where people like, if it's $20, I'm going to pay it. I don't care what their record is. That's why I feel like San Antonio, we're in the same boat. And I think we should, follow suit.
And if the idea of growing your brand, as they have told us over and over ad nauseum, why don't you grow your brand locally? Instead of playing a game in Austin and playing a game in Guadalajara, why don't you let your fans watch the show over the air? Over the air. I shouldn't have to pay for anything other than an antenna.
I like TNT, though.
You would still get your local broadcast. You still get Bill Land.
I love Bill, too. Shout out to Bill and Sean. What up?
Still get those guys.
Love those dudes.
But you would have to go to TNT to hear Charles Barkley offer his obvious.
Yeah, but you know what, though, Rob? Most kids your son's age, they do just watch the 9-minute YouTube highlight. Because you don't watch the free throws.
No, you don't get the nuance.
But it's also, you get what you need.
Because I've had to consume games like that. I've come in and I missed the game. I just
want to get the highlights. Or something, right?
And you'll watch it, but no matter who is doing the editing, they're always going to leave something out that was pivotal. You'll just like, where's what's his name? Oh, he fouled out. Oh, no wonder he's not in there.
Such has got a groin.
Yeah,
Chris Paul's got a groin.
He's got a groin. We got to get moving. Coming back. This week in sports history, we like to do this every Tuesday, things that have happened in the past that might affect the future. And this was a big week in sports history. We had the end of the greatest baseball legacy of all time,
Floyd and Manny.
And Chris Paul made the news about 7 years ago as well. Let's look back in time and see if we can divine what's coming up. What's happened in sports history is next. You're on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
He's a former coach with 2 sons who played professional basketball. Satch Sullinger's a competitive individual, but his golf game was suffering because of painful joints.
Right. That's real important. The golf game. Right. As we get older, we create these bad habits because we're relegated to hit a certain way.
QC Kinetics used regenerative treatments, all natural healing properties from Satch's own body, to restore those damaged joints and get his golf game back on track.
QC Kinetics regenerative medicine is regenerating me, all natural. And that's what I'm about. I'm going to tell everybody why I'm better.
Oh, and by the way, looks like the competitive Satch is back.
We're all in the same boat, and I'm getting better, and I'm watching them stay old.
Go to QCkinetics.com. Get relief and your game back. Call for your complimentary consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Have you ever noticed that when the afternoon light hits your floors, you can see everything, including dust?
So much dust.
And that floor dust gets kicked up into the air, compromising the quality of air you and your family breathe.
Eesh.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper is the fast and easy way to clean your floors with ultra-thick pads that trap and lock dust before it gets in the air. Just a couple minutes a day.
And dust is gone.
Swiffer Heavy Duty Sweeper. Proud partner of the American Lung Association.
For over 17 years, the award-winning legal team at George Salinas Injury Lawyers has been representing personal injury victims all across Texas. Have you been injured in an accident? George Salinas is ready to represent you with free consultations, 24/7 availability, and no attorney fees unless we win. George Salinas Injury Lawyers will help you get the results you need so you can focus on recovery. If you've been injured, one call could change your entire case. Call George Salinas Injury Lawyers, 210-225-0909, or visit georgesalinas.com.
George gets justice.
We all have that friend who wakes up early to go get everyone McDonald's breakfast while the rest of us sleep in. This is your sign to thank them. And if you're that friend, this is us saying thank you.
Having McDonald's breakfast is delicious. Having someone else get you McDonald's breakfast is delicious-er. Right now, get a baked breakfast with hotcakes for just $4.99, only at McDonald's. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
The greatest American rock and roll band in history, Aerosmith, present Peace Out, the farewell tour. Aerosmith, with special guest the Black Crowes. AT&T Center, November 1st. Get tickets this Friday at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. Aerosmith with the Black Crowes, the farewell tour. Peace out.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com. Live on the Zone pay-per-view, the King is coming home. Undisputed champion Canelo Alvarez returns to his city to defend his titles against John Ryder. It's all on the line. Witness the historic homecoming May 6th live only on DAZN pay-per-view. Sign up at DAZN.com.
Anywhere fans go to cheer on their team, there are behind-the-scenes MVPs, ensuring everything is game day ready. We see you, Joe, fixing seats so every fan can enjoy every game. And Allie, who keeps her stadium running smoothly from the moment the first game starts to the last play of the season. At Grainger, you're our MVPs, and we're always here for you, with supplies and solutions for every industry and 24/7 customer support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Right now, spring is at the Home Depot, and it's time to get growing. Whether you're planting vegetables or herbs, or just sprucing up your indoor space with lush 6-inch Vigoro Tropicals, we have what you need to get your season started. Visit your local Home Depot garden center today and shop our easy-to-grow, bigger, bolder tropicals, like peace lilies, dracaena, or ficus plants. Do your spring at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Product varies by store.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Good morning, everybody. Joe Reinagle here. Coming up later on the Blitz, Will McClay joins us to talk all about the Cowboys draft, why they made the moves they made. We're going to ask him, hey, Rudy, you got to get ready for that boxing match. You got your tux yet?
I'm inching closer, Joe. I'm inching closer, baby.
Now, how many costume changes are we planning? 2? 3?
No, I'm not going to change.
Oh, come on.
It's too much work.
You got a bunch of fights, man.
I know, but no, we're doing one outfit. One outfit.
I think if a man has a costume change.
I know.
We don't costume unless we're going to the Met.
Speaking of the Met, it's not a cape, it's a cloak.
Really? Is that what they're calling it?
That's what somebody texted us.
What's the difference?
What is this right here? Somebody texted us. It's not a cape, it's a cloak. So it is what it is.
What's the difference? It's got like a skirt and a kilt. What's the difference? Like a guy wears a kilt, a cloak, and a woman wears a cape?
Rob, everything has a proper name, man. I don't make these rules. The fashion people make these rules.
I'm totally okay. Cloak. I'm looking up cloak right now.
Yeah, I'll look up a cloak. While you look up the
Cloak, definition and meaning.
Okay. Cloak and dagger.
Something likened to an outer garment, something that envelops or conceals, or a distinctive character role. So a cloak doesn't actually define the garment. A cape is a cloak.
That's
what
a listener texted us that. Sometimes the listeners don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Nouns that are like that. Cape is one of them. Wrap, shroud, veil.
Now, since we're talking Hollywood, Rob, we got Hollywood breaking news. The writers begin a strike Tuesday after contract negotiations break down. First industry walkout in 15 years. Nobody's making anything new anyway. See ya. I'll just make Top Gun again. I'll just make White Men Can't Jump again. You know what I mean? So what do I care if they're on strike?
Every show that you watch on the regular.
Oh, the late nights? I don't watch those.
Every writer, every show.
Oh, so let me see. Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, Seth Meyers. Oh, so all
every writer, every show.
Saturday Night Live too?
Froze. Saturday Night Live. Everything got froze. You think, and we're just coming out of that 2-year hiatus from filming everything. Well, I mean, literally, this summer is the first real summer of movies that we've had since 2019. Well, 2020 wasn't bad. We just nobody went because we couldn't.
Well, why? First of all, okay. How did we get here? I thought, what does Jimmy Fallon's writers have to do with Stephen Colbert? I thought everybody
union.
Oh,
you're all
so
part of the Screen
that's
Actors Guild Union, the
got
SAG.
you.
I used to remember
they
SAG.
want more money.
Well, the problem, what they're running into is in every industry, it's become the gig economy. There's no contracts with like NBC Universal or ABC Disney to stay on and be a writer. You're a gig writer. You might get hired for one particular episode and work 1 week and you get that check and you're back on the street doing Uber. And they want consistent pay and they want better pay.
First of all, let's rewind. How the hell did you have a SAG card?
I had to do it when I worked at EA Sports because I did voices on games, and to do
that's a part of Screen Actors Guild.
Yeah, if you're
really,
there's some dues.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's costs. It ain't cheap.
Oh, so you paid to be SAG?
Union dues, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's how we get protected, right?
Union dues, but these are all SAG types, all union.
Do you still get EA checks like $10 here and there?
Nothing.
Damn.
No mailbox money coming from from that particular postal address.
Well, I hope they get this figured out. I didn't know that many people would be out of work. I hope this gets figured out. I'm thinking it's just some Hollywood folks, but no, this seems like a big deal. So I hope that gets worked out.
It is a matter of, and it's not just the writers, because a lot of the actors are going to stand with the writers. They're not going to cross the picket. So you don't have actors showing up. Your favorite entertainment just dried up. You better hope your favorite show is like Netflix and already all the season's done, because if you're mid-season, it could be weeks before they get back to work and write that. So you ready for some reruns? Because here they come, as is typical. Let's look back in history. This has happened before, just as most things in sports have happened before. Back on May the 1st, let's look at what has happened yesterday over the last over historic time. And the biggest thing that's happened on May the 1st, and if you ask me, was Michael Jordan dropping 55 points, going 24-45 from the field.
He shot 45 times.
He shot the ball 45 times, making all 7 of his free throws to lead the Bulls to a Game 2 win in a series that they'd win in 5. Jordan's 5 career 55-point playoff games, giving him as many 55-point playoff games as all the other NBA players in NBA history have combined. That was back in 1998. In 91, Ricky Henderson stole his third base off Yankees pitcher Tim Leary in the bottom of the 4th. That was Henderson's 939th career stolen base. He broke the record, but he was not done. He'd go on to steal another 1,406 steals to make him the all-time steals leader. It will never be broken. The closest we have seen was the guy he broke, Lou Brock, back in 79 and with 938. The closest modern era guy was Tim Raines. He had 808. That's still 600 behind.
Tim Raines is the dude who had coke in his back pocket, right?
Yeah, that was Timmy.
Yeah.
Timmy was fast for a lot of reasons.
Good job, Timmy.
Today is May the 2nd. Back in 2016, after 130 years as a club, Leicester City finally clinched the English Premier League title. First time they had won it in 132 years. Cowboy fan, you got nothing on these guys.
Speaking of Premier League, I saw J.J. Watt and his wife bought into a team.
You know, I saw that. What would you feel like if Now, granted, they're
If
buying.
Wayne Rooney bought the Bengals,
Well, see, we can't apply it to the Bengals because that's a little bit bigger time. These guys are going into a small town and buying like the Round Rock.
like Ryan Reynolds.
Like
Is that what
Ryan-
you were telling me
they're
about?
buying
Right.
the mid-level team, small town. Like you're buying the local soccer team in College Station.
Right.
How would you feel if we had a local football team, our football, and some British TV star came and bought it and
wouldn't
started
care.
hanging out and doing what they wanted, and it was kind of a passion project for them. Now, it helped you win.
Yeah. I
Would you
wouldn't
be
care.
okay with
No,
it?
I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care.
I don't know how I would take it.
I wouldn't care.
Because it's kind of like my thing, and you guys don't even know. Like, Jay, you don't even know this sport. Your football looks very different from mine, and you're going to come and tell us how to do it? I don't know how I would take it.
You got to take it for what it's worth. It's an investment.
And it's money
just
for
an
my
investment.
team.
Right. It's
But
just an investment.
But, why here? If I'm in, like, some little town in the middle of London and some
Hey,
guy
Ryan
named
Reynolds
J.J.
team
Watt,
won the league, didn't they?
it worked. But not every time is it going to work.
No, it ain't.
And you got some Hollywood star and like it's his. Shoot, we've been here forever. Hey, coming back, let's talk some NBA. As Draymond refuses to shake hands, you can watch the Suns without paying a penny, and the clash of the Titans begins tonight. NBA talk in full coming up after your Sports Center. You're on R&R, and this is San Antonio's Sports Star.
This is R&R in the morning.
I just want to go back to bed.
KTFM Floresville and always at ESPNSA.com. San Antonio's Sports Center.
We get game 2 between the Heat and Knicks. Jimmy Butler is questionable with an ankle injury. And breaking news, the Packers and Jordan Love agree on a 1-year, $22.5 million extension. The deal includes $13.5 million guaranteed. And also, you can catch that Heat Knicks game on 12:50 a.m. Game 1, Steph, Braun, part 5.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early.
Wake me up, wake me up, wake up, wake up, wake me up, wake me up, wake up.
Rob Thompson.
Ginobili the other way in transition to the left slam. I want some rest.
Rudy J.
Cowboys win. How else would you settle this game?
Begin each day as if it were on purpose.
I wake up in the morning, I kiss excellent.
R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning.
You know what? Let's start this hour giving away some tickets. You want to go to Viva La Brawl, grab your device and listen intently.
Be the 7th caller at 210-656-ESPN. And you could be on your way to see Viva La Brawl from Davies Entertainment and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Go see the caped announcer known as Rudy J on Friday night. It's called Viva La Brawl. The going gets tough and the tough get going to the tech port. If you haven't gotten your tickets and you don't win them from us, you can go to daviesentertainment.com. Techport Center also has them for sale. That's Friday night, Viva La Brawl. Big event in a beautiful center hosted by the one and only Rudy J on Friday night. Listen all week. Now, one of you guys, gals, whoever does win these tickets, we're putting all the winners in a bucket on Friday. And about 9 o'clock, about 8:45, we are going to announce the grand prize winner who will get to sit with Rudy J all night long. No, what
I don't know where
you're
I'm
going to
sitting.
get some
Yeah.
front row. You'll have better seats than Rudy.
VIP, yeah,
You're gonna
way
sit
better.
in the front row. You're going to get a year's membership to the Davies Sports and Entertainment Group sporting complex over there off Broadway. You want to work out? They've got a variety of things. It's like going and hanging out in Robin Biggs' warehouse, if you want to know what that's like. Also, some swag to be given away. And also, of course, get to hang out with all the way polloi at the fight nights down at the Tech Port. So listen all week long for that. This hour, of course, the NBA gets busy tonight, and we get the 5th iteration of the LeBron James Steph Curry rivalry. Both James and Curry continue to excel deep into their careers, both during the season and in age, 38 versus 35. It's hard to imagine that Steph Curry's 35 and only
Steph's 35?
Only 3 years younger than LeBron. Consider that.
I didn't realize Steph was already 35. Man, time's flying.
That's what happens when you spend 4 years in college.
True.
Right?
True.
And LeBron came out as a high school junior looking like he was 35 already. Each is posting second, third highest scoring average for players 35 and older in history. We just witnessed the best Game 7 performance in the history of the NBA. a closeout game from Steph. We saw a double-double from LeBron the last time we saw
2020.
the game. It does, while they'll probably rarely be on each other, I don't think they'll be guarding each other. There'll be a random switch where I will lay money. It'll be more likely that LeBron ends up guarding Steph than the other way around.
Yeah, I'm sure Steph will want to mix him up, put him in the pick and roll, see what he could do. It's just out of competition. But for the most part, I'm guessing he's going to go after AD.
2023 opposing players entering the playoff series, most combined all-star selections.
Okay.
This year, LeBron with 19, Steph Curry with 9, that's 28. 2021 first from LeBron, 17, Chris Paul 11, 28. The numbers are just astounding. We haven't seen this kind of matchup in a bit.
As far as just LeBron versus Steph?
You look at the end of guys' careers, and both of them are nearing the end. Where you've got the two guys who still got game. And really, I think LeBron's this is his last gasp. I'm not saying that Steph is done, but I get the feeling that the LeBron thing and the Lakers is just about done. The moment Bronny comes into the league, LeBron's going to follow him wherever he goes.
Right. While I feel like Giannis, Luka, Joker, while they may have taken the title as the best person in the league, I still feel like Steph and LeBron are the needle movers. Like, I love Joker, but I don't think people rush to their TVs to watch him. Same with Luka. I love Luka. Luka got game. I don't know if like on Thursday night you're shutting down everything to watch Luka. Embiid, you're not shutting down your night to watch Embiid or Giannis. Now, you get Bron and Steph, this is going to be the highest rated series we've seen probably since they faced each other back in 2018.
I would agree with that. I think
they're still the
two guys.
They're still the faces of the league, and I don't think it's close.
Now, who do you think has the best record, regular season and playoffs? The player who has beaten LeBron more often than anybody else.
Damn.
They're all pretty close.
Kevin Durant?
Klay Thompson.
Klay Thompson.
He's 25-14 against LeBron-led teams. Draymond Green second, who's 25-16. Manu comes in at 23-15. Tim comes in at 21-15. And Steph comes in at 25-18 with a winning percentage of 58% over LeBron. He has beaten him more often than LeBron has beaten Golden State.
Of course. Now LeBron will tell you the reason, KD kept him from 2 because, Richard Jefferson, that Cavs team that, came back from 3-1, the narrative coming out of that Cavs locker room was we should have ran it back, but y'all went and got your big brother. And when they went and got KD, it just got unfair. And over the next 2 seasons in the finals, they 8-1'd. They beat them 8 times to 1. LeBron's teams only got 1 win in the finals over KD's Warriors. 1. Just 1.
The crazy numbers behind here. The Warriors are the first defending champion to face the Lakers in the playoffs since 2008 when the Spurs did.
Oh, I remember that series. That Spurs got stuck on the tarmac. Remember leaving New Orleans? It was like 11 hours on the tarmac. It was a lot that went on in that 08 series.
And they went on to lose. The champs are 6-8 all-time versus the Lakers in playoff series, including a 1-7 in the last 8. The only defending champion in the last 50 years to beat the playoff Lakers were the 96 Rockets. The Akeem the Dream 96 Rockets took them down. So history tells us you just don't beat the Lakers if you're defending that world champion. You're not getting back out of the West. If you play the Lakers in the playoffs, after you've won a title, the Lakers ain't letting you leave. And that tells you a lot about
that was Kobe.
Well, no, it's Kobe. It's Magic.
Shaq,
it's
Magic. Come on. It was different. It wasn't Anthony Davis.
It's different, but it's the same. That just shows you the mentality of that organization. There are some organizations that have this systemic pride. Like I would put the Pittsburgh Steelers. You ain't rolling into Pittsburgh and winning a big game. You're just not. I don't care who the coach is. You're just not going to roll into Pittsburgh and win a big game. You just feel like history is against you. And you feel like when you roll into Staples, that LeBron or Magic or whoever,
AD.
Jerry West, all the way through time, they might not win it, but you ain't. That's just you get that kind of thing with the Lakers.
I think history will be broken.
You like Golden State to take this one through. No. What do you like here? 656-3776, 656 ESPN. I am leaning toward the Lakers on this one. I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it.
When you well, hey, you got about 50 minutes to pick. The series starts tonight.
I'm not sure. The difference being, the Lakers ain't gonna give Game 7 up at home. They're just not.
But they're not at home.
But I'm just saying that I felt like Sacramento, when it came down to it, the home court, they didn't know how to use it.
Right. Yeah. Well, Golden State will have, if it goes to 7, Golden State will have home court. But I know what you mean. Like if the Lakers have a chance to close out in their building, they're gonna put them to bed.
Well, they're gonna put you to bed. They know what a Game 7 means, and it took Sacramento. I mean, they just didn't come out the right way.
I'm going with the Warriors, man. I like the ball movement. I like what Steph is doing. I don't feel like they have a De'Aaron Fox that can cause that type of commotion. LeBron and AD are playing fantastic, and I think this Laker team is really good defensively. But all the screens and all the ball movement that Sacramento was up for, they were up for the challenge. Why? Because they had Mike Brown, and you pretty much had the answers to the test. I don't know if the Lakers want to run for 22 seconds of a shot clock. I really don't. Really don't. So I'm taking the Warriors in this series.
Do you think that the Warriors have overcome any kind of road hiccups that they were dealing with? Obviously, they're good enough to win on the road whenever they put their minds to it. But we saw over the regular season that, quite frankly, due to injury or ineptitude or attitude, their road, it just wasn't there. Now, Game 7 was standing, and it did take 50. It took a 50 burger from Steph for them to lift it.
I know. That's the thing. Like, damn, it took all of that. Now, they're awful on the road. So if the Lakers are to manage, because they're a veteran team, they're not like Sacramento. So if the Lakers manage to steal one from Golden State, Rob, then the series gets really interesting to start because even this past series, they weren't very good on the road. So they are who they are. So I really feel like it's imperative for the Warriors to leave heading to LA up 2-0.
I'll say this though, as excited as I am to see these old Warriors go at it one more time.
You're tired of it?
I did expect to see something a little bit different in this year's
What you
playoffs.
thought it was going to be Sacramento versus Memphis?
I didn't know. Memphis maybe in there. Sacks certainly. On the East, we're back to the usual suspects again.
How do you think people felt about us? The Spurs made the playoffs 20 years in a row.
I agree, but I was kind of hoping to see a conference semifinals with at least one team that I didn't expect to be there. And maybe Miami's that team.
Maybe Denver.
They were the number one team in the league most of the year. They should be there. So maybe Miami's there, but
Miami's been to the finals, and they were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. So I don't even think it's the usual suspects.
Yet again, there's just something to knowing how to win a big game.
NBA is somewhat chalk, not somewhat. NBA is chalk.
Now, we didn't get into Draymond and his relationship with the rest of the NBA, and specifically the Sacramento Kings, Sabonis. They didn't shake hands. We're going to talk about that in about 20 minutes or so. But coming back, well, let's talk about the handshake next. What do you say?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. How do you treat a guy in game after the game? Can you be frenemies? Can you be opponents inside the lines and friends? And what is the line for cordiality? How much should I be responsible for post game? How much should Sabonis be held to? What standard do you hold a guy to? How much should they like each other? All those questions always involved when you talk about Draymond. No handshaking if you're talking about Sabonis. We'll get into it next. Get into tonight's games for sure. Hold on. We got a lot to do and more time to do it. We'll be right back here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. How are you feeling this morning? Dealing with any pain? If you got something that is keeping you out of life, you need to call my friends at Arasti. Listen to me. Guys of my age, we all have these nagging pains. And one of the questions you always need to ask yourself, are you hurt or are you injured? If you can't answer that question, I need you to call Arasti. The providers are all around San Antonio. And tell me, when you talk about Arasti providers, these guys and girls, all of these people are highly trained medical professionals even before they get the Arasti certification. And by the way, if you want to be an Arasti provider, you come to San Antonio to get the training. They're all around San Antonio, and they will get you out of pain. Dealing with a soft tissue injury, they can fix that. You're dealing with frozen shoulders, bad hips, they can fix that. Lower back issues, they can fix that. Plantar fasciitis, yes, sir. You're dealing with muscle tension headaches. All of those can be fixed by Arasti. What is it? Well, it's not about surgery. It's not about medication. It's about your body fixing itself with a medical professional like an Arasti provider behind the scenes. It's not long-term. Normally about 4 visits gets most people back into the game. Things you need to know. First of all, they do accept most insurances, and you never need a referral to go see an Arasti provider. So if you're driving around right now in pain, pull over, dial 1-800-404-6050. They'll get you set up. You're going to get a full evaluation and they'll find out the problem. They're going to fix it. They've done it with me for the last 5 years. I've had lower back issues. If you're dealing with pain, stop. It can be fixed. Call Arasti today, 210-468-1891. They're going to get you taken care of, and when they do, I want you to thank me later.
It's Jimenez and Spence, today at noon.
Coming up on Jimenez and Spence today at noon, Michael Jimenez makes his return back from Florida as he and Spence get set to discuss the Cowboys draft. Was it really as great as we all initially thought? And by not addressing a power back, did they leave the door open for Zeke, or do they believe in Malik Davis? All that and more coming up on Jimenez and Spence starting at noon.
Jimenez and Spence, today at noon on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
Train heating and cooling systems are tested, retested, engineered, and re-engineered to keep up with you. We run together. Visit traininfo.com to find your local independent train dealer. Traininfo.com. It's hard to stop a train.
I was in a terrible accident with a commercial vehicle. I had to have surgery on my back. My life was turned upside down and I was completely screwed. Then I called the Force, the Davis law firm. Jeff personally handled my case. After expenses and attorney fees, I received $397,988. It's really true. Jeff was here for me.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you were injured by a car or large truck, call me at my San Antonio office at 444-4444. That's 444-4444. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get wings the way you want them. Try Twin Peaks wings bone-in breaded, naked, smoked and grilled, or boneless in your favorite sauce or rub.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Live life to the fullest. You hear it all the time, but it's easier said than done when you're in pain, right? Hey, it's James Pledger with 941 San Antonio Sports Star, and QC Kinetics is in the business of giving people back their quality of life and providing much-needed relief for chronic joint pain. And not just providing that relief, but doing so in the most non-invasive way possible using regenerative treatments from your body's own natural biologics. Where's your joint pain? In your knees, hips, shoulders, or back? Well, QC Kinetics concentrates these impactful treatments right at the source of your pain, directly applying healing properties where you need them the most. And best of all, you walk into the office and then right out after treatment. No surgery, no downtime, and patients are raving about the results. So what does living life to the fullest look like for you? Finally being able to play golf again, hike, walk your dog, enjoy time with your family? Whatever it is, don't wait another day. Get started today with a call to QC Kinetics for your complimentary consultation. 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Locations in Hollywood Park, Westover Hills, and New Braunfels.
Davies Entertainment Viva La Brawl coming to the Techport Arena May 5th, and we have your chance to win your way in. Join the Blitz live tomorrow at Slackers North Star from 3 to 7. Meet and greet with Viva La Brawl fighters Brown Navarez, Brittany Ordonis, and Eddie Ortiz. Happy hour specials and your chance to win free tickets to Viva La Brawl on Cinco de Mayo at the Techport Arena. That's tomorrow at Slackers North Star with the Sports Star and Davies Entertainment crew starting at 3.
Boost your budget with a personal loan from Generations Federal Credit Union. With competitive fixed rates and no payments up to 90 days, a personal loan from Generations can help you consolidate higher rate loans, make a major purchase, or cover unexpected expenses. Take a lump sum or access funds as you need them. Apply today at Generations Federal Credit Union. Interest will continue to accrue during the payment deferral period, and not all loans will qualify. See mygenfcu.org/personal for complete details.
Good morning, everybody. Jason Minix here from the Blitz, starting at 3 o'clock today. Still reacting to the Cowboys draft. Will McClay will join us today. We hope, we think, we promise. Right, Rudy? You know how it goes. Like watching a Game 7 of hockey.
I don't know what that's like.
Game 7s are supposed to be the best. Game 7 in hockey is supposed to be the best thing in sports, is what I'm told.
So I haven't been paying attention, and it's certainly no newsflash that hockey is way down on my viewing list. In fact, only one of our Sports Star crew has any interest in hockey at all.
But he hasn't been putting it in the group text.
No, he hadn't. And, I think he just gets overwhelmed when it happens. But I don't know what happened to Boston. I love following teams and how teams aspire and fail and then improve and take those steps as a unit. Boston had the best team in hockey by far. And to go out in the first round, nothing makes me happier than an upset Boston fans.
So what? So wait a minute. We had the Bucks, and now you're saying there's a hockey one that went down as well? Because I want to say the Bruins tied or broke a all-time regular season wins record.
Yeah, they had outscored Carolina by 50 points. I mean, it was evidently not even close. And I saw these Boston fans. Steve Canto, my resident Boston type fan in San Antonio. I saw him posting stuff. I hadn't been following it, but nothing makes me happier than a sad Boston fan.
What did Boston do to you?
I don't know, but I have no fandom for anything out of Boston.
Speaking of Boston, I had someone ask me a question. Has the Pantheon, two different positions, has Steph, let's just keep him in kind of where he's at. Do you think Steph has surpassed Larry? Speaking of Boston. Why pause?
On the court, yes.
Think so?
Yeah.
You think he's really?
On the court, yeah. He's played longer. He's got
Larry did get 3 rings. Larry got 3 MVPs, 3 finals MVPs.
They're in the same room, man. They share the same. They're even.
Now, people that hate Steph are going to be going. You just made a few people run off the road saying Steph has surpassed Larry Bird.
If you haven't surpassed them, they're certainly on the same. Let's be real here. I mean, they've had essentially the same career. They've been with the same team.
Both had help.
And
everybody has help. Let's throw that out the window. I need to stop saying that. Everybody
through a myriad of injuries. Lead their team in essentially the same way. I
agree.
I have no problem with comparisons between the two. And I was never really a Larry guy. I was never a fan as far as kind of like the way I treated Kobe.
I thought we all loved Larry.
But love is a broad term. You know what I mean? I never rooted for the. I was always a Laker fan.
And when those two would beat up, got you.
Because normally the Lakers had just beaten the Spurs in the conference finals, and
right.
But I always actively rooted against Larry. But that didn't mean I didn't give him every single bit of respect.
Right.
But I have no problem with comparisons there. I don't think anybody should.
No,
seriously.
No, I think I agree with you. I'd say Steph as well.
We saw, and it's been well documented, Draymond Green's shenanigans, his antics, what he does to motivate himself and his team. And he did it again against the Sacramento Kings. It's well documented. We saw the stomp, and there were some other issues going back and forth. And Draymond's got a rep. He does. Post-game, after Game 7 was done, after Draymond's played a huge role in a road win, and after 7 games of beating on each other, after the game was over, Sabonis and Green didn't shake hands, didn't talk to each other. In fact, rumor has it that Sabonis just walked off the court and didn't shake anybody's hand. Well, Draymond reflected on the series and his relationship with Sabonis and said very Draymond things. Listen to this.
Lost a lot of respect for Sabonis. You don't shake guys' hands after you lose. I don't respect that. I once left the court when we lost in Game 7 of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I went to my locker room and I sat down and I said, this don't feel right. And I walked back out on the court and I showed everybody love. You lost. Deal with it. Pay your respect. That was whack to me. That's whack. But I wouldn't necessarily even say lost respect. But
what would you say, Draymond?
I don't respect that, and that's whack.
Draymond Green post-game. Is this one of his podcasts? Who was he talking to?
No, it's his podcast. He does it damn near every day.
When he said when I went to my locker room, I wanted him to say, I did a podcast, and then I came back out and shook everybody's hands.
Look, two sides.
Mm-hmm.
If it was only Draymond's hand, he did not shake. If it's only Draymond, fair game. Guy almost broke your ribs. But if you didn't shake anyone's hand, and it ain't criminal. It's not criminal. And I wouldn't spend more than 2 minutes on it. But it is a little bush league, but I'm not gonna destroy him for it. Because again, you're emotional, you're mad, the team got under your skin, there was a lot of things said. I get it.
That's one thing.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be mad at Sabonis if he didn't shake anyone's hand, but it's a little bush league, bro.
There's that. Accepting defeat in a magnanimous way. That's what we teach our kids. To understand that just because you lost this game, you ain't a loser. You just got bested in this game. You shouldn't hold that team any ill will.
Right.
You need to go back to work. That's the way that's the American way. And we teach our kids to do that. And I think the handshake is a necessary thing for kids. But once you become an adult.
Wait, so when do you want to cut? When do we cut up? Because, even in college,
No more
we
handshakes.
saw the girls fighting in line.
No more handshakes.
No?
No. There's no need. Now, there should be plenty of space on the court to intermingle.
Right.
You don't have to immediately leave the court, and you can go find guys that you like and take your pictures and all that. But the enforced good game, that's dumb. It's no longer a requirement. Why are we doing this?
So let's cut it at middle school then. Why even high school?
Well, you're still kids in high school.
Okay.
I mean, whether you're 13 or you're
Yeah,
18. You're not fully
Okay, so
developed.
high school, but college, we don't need it.
I don't think you do. I think it's nice.
You know what's weird? In basketball, they do it. Football, they don't do it. Well, they kind of come onto the field.
And
everybody comes. Yeah, they do it in college. They do.
Do they?
They all come on the field. Remember, the coaches shake hands.
The coaches shake hands, but not everybody else is. It's not a handshake line.
No, it's not a line.
Which is, I mean, to ask these guys that, and especially in football, who have gone and for
literally
60
tried
minutes,
to kick each other's
literally
ass. Yeah.
tried to kill somebody and then go good game.
Right.
I understand that we're trying to draw the line. Like, okay, game is over. Now become a human being again. And reflect that.
It's also, agree to disagree, and then we have a beer.
But Draymond, for the love of Pete.
You don't want to hear from Draymond.
Don't say respect. I lost. Dude, I had no respect for you when this thing began. How many dudes have you kicked in the nuts? How many guys have you tripped? Me personally, I'm leaving this series with a nearly cracked rib and a black eye. And you want me to walk over to you and say, you know what? Bygones be bygones. Dude, you tried to stomp me.
No, he didn't try. He did.
And you want me to come shake your hand? I have no respect for you, and I shouldn't have to shake your hand.
We're supposed to shake after we fight, Rob.
Why?
Like, hey, y'all broke. Ray, y'all, everybody break it up. Y'all shake hands. It's cool. I thought that was the old school way. You throw hands, and then you shake hands.
If there was hug it out, bitch has its place. But why do I have to like you? Why do I?
No. You don't have to like or respect it. Well,
so
no,
why
respect,
should I have to pretend?
You don't have to like me, but you should respect each other.
Why should I respect the dude that tried to stomp me out in game one? Like, stomp me.
It was an accident.
The league didn't feel that way.
No, he should have been suspended for 2 games.
First of all, Draymond.
Should have been 2 games.
I get what you're saying, and you're right. You'd like things to be bygones, but dude, you have to understand who you are and what you've been to this league.
I think he's oblivious to it.
I do think so.
I don't think he really, I don't know if he blacks out and doesn't remember all the crazy stuff he's done.
Now, I'll say this. I don't think there's a lot of malice into what Draymond says and does. I don't think he's trying to hurt somebody. I think it's more pointing that inward. He's trying to, focus himself and motivate his team through those antics. I don't think, like, there's some guys I've run across who I legit thought, you're trying to hurt somebody. Like, you're
we've all
really trying to push somebody down and lose a knee and take great credit in that, or pride in your ability to hurt. I don't think he's trying to hurt you. And he's not the guy that pushes you when you're at the rim till you land funny. He doesn't do that. It's the other things, the kick you in the nuts, the tripping stuff.
So what's worse, Draymond's antics or Bruce Bowen going Jaja Pachulia on 3 or 4 different guys?
Bruce is worse.
And now Bruce will tell you it was never on purpose, but that looked on purpose.
No,
he did. I remember in one season he got Vince, Ray Allen, and there was somebody else where he slid his foot under their foot when they were coming down on the jump shot.
That's
beyond
strategery.
Yeah, and that's beyond.
Yeah,
that's beyond Bush League.
Yeah, that's my point exactly. Draymond didn't do those things that were gonna, affect the guy's career. You get over a nut shot. But, when the guy puts his foot down for you to land on, you could roll an ankle, break a foot, do all the things that could legitimately cost you money now. I got problems. Now, I don't think Bruce was malicious in a lot of that. I think it was just the way he played.
Right.
But yeah, I'd much rather have a guy that I knew could trip me than a guy who's going to put his foot down.
Dude, and roll your ankle. Now, this is coming from the NBA Central's Twitter, Rob. Draymond Green asked the Warriors for permission to miss some of their road trip to watch LeBron become the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Steve Kerr decided it was best for Green to be with the team the night before a game in Portland instead of going to Los Angeles to see LeBron.
Now, he wasn't going to miss a game. He was going to miss a workout.
But, dude, look, I know they've become cool. I know that Draymond is clutch, sports, and all of that. I know that he's gone on the little barbershop show. That is worse than not shaking hands. Like, yo, coach, I'm gonna go watch LeBron, our arch nemesis in our that we've built here, go win the scoring title. Now, again, the other day after the Sacramento game, he's like, y'all gotta stop being so quick to try to write LeBron off. Why aren't y'all just enjoying this greatness? And then I see this. Look, I get it, y'all are boys. No, sir. No, sir. Unacceptable for somebody like Draymond. Not unacceptable.
It reminds me so much of Allen Iverson. We talk about practice.
You're okay with this?
No.
I was like, what?
But Iverson just didn't get the fact that the practice, I understand you don't need the practice.
No, you're Allen
Iverson.
There's
so much more involved with you being with your team, and you just don't get it. That's what I take away from it. Like, you just don't understand.
I can't believe he went in their office and asked that.
And Draymond, you just don't understand that there's so much more. Because if you go, what do I tell the 13th guy on the bench when he comes to me and says, you know what, tonight's just practice. It's only practice. And he comes and says, I need to do this. How can I, in good conscience, say you can't? I'm letting you fly off to go see your boy play across the country and hope your legs are back when you play tomorrow.
But this don't even specify if it says miss some of their road trip.
If he was going to miss games, that's as tone deaf as Ron Artest saying, can I take some weeks off to promote my rap group?
Wait a minute, Dre. I know y'all are cool, dog. I get it. That's your man. That's $1 billion. You want to make sure you're in that loop. That is a good loop to be in. It is a great loop to be in. That's why most of these guys on television and stuff refuse to ever say anything bad about LeBron, because you want to be on the inner circle of that. But that is disgusting. That is disgusting. I can't co-sign that. And I, you know, I loved me some Draymond Green. But to ask to leave the team when you can, why do you need to be there in person? You asked to leave your homies, your bros, your blood, sweat, and tears 3-1 to go watch that?
Well, they didn't have a game. You wouldn't even know I was gone.
Road trip. It says miss some of the road trip.
I don't think
because you really don't know when he's gonna break it, Rob. That was the thing.
Yeah, I agree. Like, dude, how many nights you gonna take off if he doesn't break it? I appreciate him asking.
Nah, dog.
Because if they didn't have a team function, he could have just jetted off. No one would have known.
That is so un-Draymond-like.
Is it? Again, oblivious. Like, dude,
yes.
You really asking to leave? Oblivious. You're not going to shake my hand after all this? He's oblivious. Like, yeah. Dude, the world doesn't revolve around you.
Wow. I lost some respect for you, Draymond.
You know, shake his hand.
Pun intended.
Hey, coming back, TV deals are part and parcel to the quality of the NCAA football. They need that money to grow their programs. The Big 12 has announced they're trying to grow their brand, create a bigger footprint. Spurs fans, are you used to this? Big 12 is headed south. We'll tell you what that means next. You're on R&R, and this is San Antonio Sports Star.
San Antonio's Sports Center.
The Green Bay Packers have shown some love to Jordan Love, giving him a one-year, $22.5 million contract. $13.5 is guaranteed. Tonight, we get game 2 between the Heat and the Knicks. Jimmy Butler, questionable with the ankle injury. You can catch that game on ESPN 1250. And Part 5, Lakers, Warriors, Steph, Bron, R&R rolls on.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
Inflation has pushed up the cost of just about everything, which means if you bought life insurance a few years ago, it might not be enough to protect your family today. Now is the time to get the insurance you need at a price you can afford. In a hurry? Don't worry. Call Select Quote now and get up to $2 million in instant, affordable, same-day coverage with no medical exam. That's right. You can get up to $2 million in instant, affordable, same-day coverage with no medical exam in under an hour.
Call Select Quote at 1-800-613-8990. That's 1-800-613-8990. Or go to SelectQuote.com now and get up to $2 million in instant, affordable, same-day coverage with no medical exam. That's 1-800-613-8990. Or go to SelectQuote.com now. Full details on example policy.
Be like trying to find a needle. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I'm James, Senior Apparel Designer, and this is Behind the Design with Blue Ranch Wear. This is your true, unfiltered Western brand. There's a beauty in the simplicity of the product to be able to move, but still have that classic Western sensibility. Rigid out of the box, you put on your back and it just wears with you. Year after year of wearing the product, so it just becomes yours. Blue Ranch Wear, only at Boot Barn.
I switched to Boost Mobile and got a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone. Want to know the best part?
It was free?
Nope.
The fact that it's on America's largest 5G networks?
Nope. It's the ding.
Oh yeah, love the ding.
Right? It's all about the ding. It's the dingarooski, the dingaroner, the ring-a-ding-ding.
Unleash your power to save with Boost. Get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone when you switch. Boost Mobile. Unleash your power.
And the ding.
Limited time offer. New customers only. Available on select networks. 5G not available everywhere. One device per line. Tax excluded. Additional restrictions apply. See your local Boost Mobile store for details.
Are your investments going nowhere? Here's a tip that always pays big dividends. Invest in yourself, your talent, your smarts, your skills. Maybe it's time to make that investment and start a career in IT or upskill to boost your current career. At My Computer Career, you can bank on us. We'll help you get the right skills and the right certifications to start or advance your IT career. IT keeps growing, so go with the growth at My Computer Career. The right training, the right timing, the right career. Invest in you at mycomputercareer.edu. Start now.
Hey, did you know nacho fries are back at Taco Bell? But they're not going to hang around forever. So don't wait, or you might miss out on these hot, crisp fries covered in all those bold Mexican spices with delicious nacho cheese sauce. Or wait and just settle for flavorless fries. Regular, bland, spiceless, flavorless, flimsy, non-nacho fries. Just an absolute bummer of a fry.
Nacho fries are back. Get them today, only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only while supplies last. Contact local store for hours and participation which vary.
Next up, straight talk from Doug. Ever notice that saying no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless. See? Offensive.
That's the Straight Talk talking. Get unlimited plans as low as $35 a month from Straight Talk on America's most reliable 5G network. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com. On the $35 plan, first 10 gigabytes data at high speed, then 2G speeds. Refer to the latest terms at straighttalk.com based on most first place rankings, root metrics, second half 2022 assessments of 125 metros. Experiences vary, not an endorsement.
All guests appearing on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star appear on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Buyers Barricades provides traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com. R&R in the morning on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, good morning to you.
Top of the morning.
It's R&R in the morning here on San Antonio Sports Star. We're looking at, Rudy and I like to follow the fashion trends. We're clothes horses.
Yeah, we are.
As we change sizes.
I like fashion.
Last night was the Met Gala. Lots of pros were there. Stephon Diggs, Pat Mahomes, Serena Williams, all made an appearance.
Shai Gilgeous, I can see why Shai got the invite. Shai is a risk taker. Westbrook, definitely a risk taker. So you got to be
risk taker, huh?
Yeah, you got to be in that. You got to be. You can't just be regular, like really nice dress. Like LeBron is really great dressed guy, but you got to be a risk taker to get the athlete invite. But I think they would invite LeBron if he wasn't in the middle of the playoffs.
You know, you look at, you call them risk takers, the fashion types. And there's probably 20 NBA types that are truly kind of running in those circles that we, there's websites dedicated to what their walk-in looks like.
Westbrook, Shea.
Of all that you're talking about,
Harden.
Name the victim. Which of these guys is the fashion victim? Like, dude, I don't get what you're trying.
Brooks.
Is Dylan Brooks the victim?
Dylan Brooks is one of them. But again, we don't like. There's this page on Instagram. It's called League Fits. Like Fits. It's a cool page. You get to see what guys are wearing into the gym.
I think Kuzma's a victim too.
Kuzma. You know what? Let me tell you why Kuzma's is whack. Because it's forced.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a victim.
Forced. It's forced.
You look like you're wearing a costume.
PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker's not a risk taker. PJ Tucker just fly.
And great kicks.
Yeah, but Kuzma, you could tell he's trying too hard.
You're a victim, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like, get out of here, dog. You trying too hard. Like, you don't even know how to walk in it. It looks forced. It makes him look more corny than he already is. So. Yeah, but Met Gala got us talking fashion.
Roger Federer there last night. Serena was there.
Hey, Serena's pregnant.
Yeah, with her second.
Yeah, with her second.
Congratulations to her. Her and her super billionaire husband. Who else was there? Dwayne Wade. We said that. He was wearing a cape. Brittany Griner and her lovely wife were there as well.
It's a cloak, Rob.
Cape, cloak. I think that's the accessory we're going to have next fall.
So you date Kim Kardashian for a little bit and you get the Met invite. Tell me why Pete Davidson gets an invite to the Met, because this is not an easy invite. Why?
Oh, Rudy.
He can't go. Rob, he can't show up naked.
Well, he could show up like Lil Nas X is, put on some pearls and a thong, really show the goods. See if the stories are real. The legend is right.
See, I'm salty. He doesn't belong at the Met. I'm sorry. Stop it, Pete.
We belong. I guess our invite.
I would love to go to the Met. Can we cover it? What do you got to do? Work for Vogue?
I don't think the ESPN credentials gets us behind the velvet rope up there in New York.
Jimmy Shapiro can't get us into the Met.
Maybe we could use our plugs. The Big 12 is
yes.
They're losing.
Are they doing the Spurs? The Big 12 pulling the Spurs? That's what it feels like.
The Big 12, they find themselves in this really unique situation that they're going to be able to redefine themselves. The SEC is defined. The Big 12 is defined. But the Big 12, as they lose Texas and OU,
right?
Who they are is about to change because they don't have the anchor.
Fair.
And as that does come to pass, and as you do go into the arms race, you got to find more viewers. More viewers means more money. Well, the Big 12 is on the verge of signing an international deal that would allow them to have their football and basketball pro games broadcast into Mexico, including maybe playing some games there. He met with the head of the Big 12, a guy named Brett Yormark. Remember, they brought him,
Rock Nation.
Right, the guy that came in who's a concert promoter who was brought in to do just this, expand their brand. Looks like they're going to start broadcasting into Mexico, which I think is a brilliant move.
I do. And the thing about it is that's why I understood the hire from the get-go. You don't need to know football. You need to know business. This is a business. If there's any, when you're bringing in somebody that has zero to do with football on any level to run your conference, it just goes to show this guy knows marketing. This guy knows what we do to make more money on our TV deal. This is what he was brought in for, Rob, to negotiate this TV deal that they're finally going to get now that the Longhorn Network can get shot in the face.
Over the next 2 or 3 days, the league administrative staff is gathering for Big 12 meetings and prep for the coaches road show that's coming up here in June. Keep in mind, as the Big 12 talks about expanding their brand into Mexico and providing some road games and some TV money, this is in backdrop to the Big 12. They're still chasing some of these Pac-12 teams. This is not done as far as Arizona State, who, if you're talking about growing your brand into Mexico, we're talking about a state that borders. It would if I'm Arizona and
Along
Arizona,
with Texas. Yeah, I know what
it
you mean.
makes it even easier to say yes to the Big 12 because, again, you're expanding your market. I think this was a ploy directly at the Arizona schools. Directly at the Arizona schools.
You feel it. The NFL, the NBA, and now the NCAA sees prime real estate in Mexico. Like, hey, that's untapped market down there. And the thing about it is they know the people in Mexico are watching these sports. Because again, the last time I went to Monterrey, I was like shocked at how many guys, women and men are walking around in NFL jerseys. Like they love it. They love it just like we do. So you got to get down there. And I think Texas, and now on the college level, Rob, it's not really been tapped.
No.
It's untapped on the college level. So it's kind of genius for the Big 12 to try and make this move before anyone else does.
There's a Dallas Cowboy that came out of Mexico.
That's
out of
right.
the international
That's
NFL
right.
program that we have seen on a couple of occasions in Oxnard. Very interesting as you try to grow quite frankly, doesn't play it. Now, baseball's a natural.
Soccer,
but the
they
TV,
love basketball, but they have football. They play.
Yeah, they play. And I think if you watch the draft, which, by the way, the draft viewership was up 12% over last year.
Wonder why.
I think all the quarterbacks at the top.
Gotcha.
And the 43 trades certainly kind of played into it. But when we watched the draft, I think they had 2 fan clubs in Mexico City. Didn't they have I think they had the Chargers fan club announce a draft? I know they had the Chargers. And I think they had another fan club in Mexico announce another one of those late round drafts.
Cool.
And as I was watching the draft, keep in mind they had announcements for the draft in Germany, in London, Mexico City. I believe there was a Canadian.
London, yeah, that's right.
I believe there was a Canadian team as
I
well.
see the NFL working. You got to find different ways to make revenue, and that's what the Big 12 is doing. So I think it's smart.
If you see dollars being spent on pro football, I think the same dollars will be spent on college, though.
Just like it's smart for the Spurs.
Do you think it legit?
What's up?
I think University of Texas could probably draw some fandom out of Mexico for a lot of reasons.
Well, they're not going to be here.
But I'm just trying. What I'm saying
for
is,
sure, though.
Who left in the Big 12 would someone in Mexico really care about? You think they're big tech fans, or are they just football fans?
Baylor.
You think Baylor's got a big draw in Mexico City?
There's Houston. I think Houston could.
Maybe.
Houston is a big pot of gumbo. I think Houston could for sure.
It's probably more about the sport.
It's
just the game. It doesn't matter who's
It's
playing.
not about the team. Like, it would be easier if you could market the Cowboys or the Raiders. It makes it easier. But and I think in general, I think what the Big 12 is doing, just like, hey, by the way, the guys that you watch on Sundays and pro, like, this is college, just introducing the college game.
Now, it's easy to imagine because as a Spur fan, we've witnessed it. When you talk about growing your brand, you got to take your game to the fans. You get the sense that there's going to be some Big 12 basketball games, regular season games going to be scheduled in Mexico.
I think basketball will be more successful.
They're already doing it. And I wouldn't be surprised as the Cowboys have gone to Stadium Azteca and all those other ones there that we're going to see some Big 12 football games played there. That helps in recruiting a little roadie during the season.
I'm down.
Although,
smart move.
It's a smart move. But whenever I hear we're growing the brand, just means that mayonnaise gets spread a little bit thinner and a little bit further out there. Just saying. Texas, or not Texas, but Tech, you might be losing a home game to Mexico City.
Oh, for sure.
You might, Baylor, you might be playing a roadie there at Guadalajara. Are you going to make up for that?
You just made Kansas go. You just said Kansas.
Speaking of fandom and moving along, when we come back, how do you feel about your franchise restricting ticket sales to the team that you're playing? Like not letting anybody from any place else buy tickets into your building or any building. What do you think about that?
I think it's petty.
The NHL and the Florida Panthers have laid down the law. No Canadians in the game. We'll tell you what that means next. You're on R&R, and this is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Texas Cheer Liquor is now hiring for a few of its far west side locations. Liquor store or bar experience is preferred, but not required. Forward your resumes to texascheerliquor@gmail.com or hit them up on Facebook. Keep in mind, all 9 stores have their own Facebook page. Also, keep in mind they're family-owned business. They understand the importance of quality and customer service. That's why their friendly and knowledgeable staff are always on hand to provide expert advice and help you find any bottle for the perfect occasion. Keep in mind they got the liquor, wine, beers, cigars, all of it. The shelves are stocked with the latest and greatest in craft brews, top shelf allocated bourbons, smooth tequilas, and everything in between. So they got you covered for a backyard barbecue, a dinner party, or just looking to unwind after a long day. Check it all out for yourself at TexasCheerLiquor.com, because it's not just cheers, it's Texas Cheer.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Viva La Brawl! Friday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo at the Techport Arena. R&R in the Morning have your tickets to see San Antonio's own Castaneda brothers, along with the Navarez versus Heinen fight, Destiny Jones versus Brittany Ordonez, and more. Listen to R&R in the Morning at 7:05, 8:05, and 9:05 for your chance to win. Just listen for the fight bell, and you could be on your way to Viva La Brawl. Will get the ultimate upgrade to VIP ringside seats, along with plenty of swag. Presented by Davies Arena and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Buy tickets at daviesentertainment.com.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel V Pro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
What should we do with the broke propeller? What should we do with the broke propeller? Don't look at me, I wasn't driving. Thank you, you're not helping. I don't even know where you bought this boat. You told me that you loved this boat. That was before you wrecked the boat. Well, now you've made it awkward.
Accidents don't just happen in sea shanties, so Progressive Boat Insurance has you covered. Take as little as 4 minutes to see what you can save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, covered subject to policy terms and not available for all boats or in all situations. The following is a message from the future, sent by Jamie from Progressive.
Back in 2023, you could get help from Progressive online, through our mobile app, or over the phone. But here, in the future, you'll be able to chat with us from space. Maybe you're asking, why are you spending time on insurance in space? Shouldn't you be sculpting something out of moon rocks or jumping around with no gravity? Insurance seems more like a back on Earth kind of thing, right? Actually, in the future, space is no big deal. Errands are totally appropriate.
That was a message from the future. Get the help you need today with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers.
To every woman with a will and a workbench. Every mom with a miter saw she's not afraid to use. Every daughter with a drill and the drive. To the women who get their nail guns together. The ones who are welding the gap. The same ones who DIY like no one's watching. At the Home Depot, we see the potential in you because you see the potential in everything. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
When you're drinking a frozen beverage from McDonald's, your brain may not like how refreshingly cold it is, but the rest of your body, oh yes, it's gonna relish every moment of it because there are drinks. Then there are drinks from McDonald's.
There's no better way to cool down than with this cool deal. Get a medium frozen Coke, frozen Dr. Pepper, or frozen Fanta for just $1.79. Prices at participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Roof Fix. Call them today. 210 Fix Roof. It is time for solar. The sun is out. Call them today. 210 Fix Roof. Roof Fix. They're my roofer. Make them yours. 210 Fix Roof. 210 Fix Roof, or go to rooffixsa.com.
It's Fight Week San Antonio this Friday. Join us for Davies Entertainment Viva La Brawl at the Techport Arena. San Antonio professional boxing like you've never seen before. Buy tickets now at daviesentertainment.com. That's daviesentertainment.com. See you at the Brawl.
I was in a terrible car accident. I suffered a traumatic brain injury and also injured my spine. My daughter-in-law called Jeff Davis. After expenses and attorney fees, I received $86,559. I want everyone in San Antonio to know Jeff was here for me.
I'm Jeff Davis. If you were injured by a car or large truck, call me at my San Antonio office at 444-4444. That's 444-4444. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4.
In my job, I never held back. I played hurt, and I pushed through the pain. Sound familiar?
Football legend Emmitt Smith had a reputation for just grinding through the injuries and pain over and over.
That may be you. And QC Kinetics sees patients every day who are exhausted from dealing with the persistent pain.
A lot of you work physically demanding jobs. You stand, you climb, you bend down, you reach up. And if you have joint pain, it takes all you got to earn a living. But it's time you know about QC Kinetics.
QC Kinetics, the leaders in regenerative treatments, help relieve that debilitating joint pain without surgeries or downtime. These are natural solutions that use your body's own healing properties to give you lasting relief from the soreness and achiness.
You got a job to do. I get it. But now you don't have to suffer through the pain. Check out my friends over at QC Kinetics.
Call QC Kinetics, 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health San Antonio will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 210-615-7777 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
Hey, it's Mark 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It's R&R in the morning here on San Antonio Sports Star. Jimenez and Spence are imminent. A couple hours away. I understand that Mike Jimenez is back in country.
Yeah, I was going to be interested in hearing him. You know, Mike, it was, there was a goose that wouldn't leave our
I'm sure he caught the biggest fish in the history of man. It got away.
And then he already had his Chris Paul rant because he got hurt.
How do you like it when you go to a game? Any game.
I love games.
And you end up sitting next to a fan of the other team.
It depends. It depends. If you're an entitled fan that thinks because you bought a ticket, you can say and do whatever you want, I have no time for you.
How do you like the optics of, say, you turn on a Dallas Cowboy home game,
okay,
and half the building when they're playing the Bears is wearing black and red?
It does. You know what? It don't bother me. I'll come in here and make fun of the Cowboys for it, but I fully know, and everyone else knows, it's because the season ticket holders wanted to make money.
Well, the Florida Panthers are taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs in the second round of the playoffs, and both of them are kind of surprised to be there. The Maple Leafs, especially. Now, the Maple Leafs are known for traveling. These Canadians, they love them some hockey,
just a little bit.
As the Florida Panther 3-game tickets sales went out, let me say that sentence in an appropriate way. Yesterday, the Florida Panthers put on sale their first 3 games tickets. And they announced, according to Ticketmaster on their website, that orders by residents outside of the United States will be canceled without notice and refunds given. They are not allowing Canadians
through that
to buy a ticket through Ticketmaster. The only way a Canadian can buy a ticket is on the secondary market.
And they'll find a way. First of all, I love it, but at the same time, it's petty and childish. But I do love it. It's just a little gamesmanship.
It was, and it's a news-grabbing thing. Ticketmaster said it was only for a day. They were only going to do it on the first day.
Well, because you know why? Because you know that it will turn into a Toronto home game. So you're trying to protect your house as much as possible.
They said they're giving their local fans first access to tickets to the series for the first 24 hours for single-game tickets. And then after that, they'll be available. And yesterday, they said if you're a Canadian derivation, and we all know who you are, you're awfully apologetic, and you're wearing flannel in the middle of May. You're saying sorry a lot and asking for maple syrup. Don't give it away.
Wow.
If you say or do any of that, you couldn't buy your ticket yesterday. Today, you can come up and be apologetic and nice and wear your flannel and drink your blacks.
Panthers were hoping that their fans buy up most of them on the first day. Now, what happens if it's still? See, now I want to tune in just to see. Only when they're in Florida. When they're in Toronto, I don't care. But when they're in Florida, because this is a storylines over integrity type show. So I want to see the games in Florida, because if it's still Toronto majority, I'm going to have a good chuckle.
If you're a Canadian, do you think there's basis to sue?
No.
Like you're discriminating.
I thought it's called right of refusal.
For basis of my nationality?
No, it's right of refusal.
We're discriminating because you smell like maple syrup?
It's not discriminating.
We are discriminating because you drink Labatt's?
I don't know what Labatt's is.
Labatt's Blue? You never had a Labatt's icy cold brew?
Who drinks Canadian anything?
The Canadians. They're America's hat. They have their own beer.
Well, you know what? I drink Canadian. I used to drink Canadian whiskey.
Canadian Club?
Crown.
Oh, okay.
Crown is Canadian whiskey. I don't drink Crown anymore.
I mean, maybe that's how we tell. It sounds to me, if you say that, you're afraid you don't have enough fans, that your fandom is not
that's
down.
exactly what it is.
And if I played for the Panthers, I'd be embarrassed. Like, dude, just don't say that. I know nobody comes to my party. I know there's not enough people, and we had to invite the neighbors'
Is this like
kids.
your mom paying kids to come to
Yeah,
your
like your
party?
mom went to the school the day before and said, nobody said yes, so all of y'all are invited. I know. Florida Panther fan knows that they're not that important.
What's a Labatt's?
Labatt's?
It's a beer?
Yeah, Labatt's.
The Labsts?
Labats. Labatt's Blue.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Is Sam Adams Canadian?
No,
That's
Sam
American.
Adams. That's American.
Okay.
It had to do with
That's America.
with the Civil War.
That's America.
That's American. That's out of
Okay.
Boston.
All
Sam Adams, and also a fine defensive lineman for your fighting Texas Aggies. Jimenez and Spencer are a couple of hours away. I heard as they prep, and a lot of the conversation I think they're going to have is regarding the Dallas Cowboys undrafted free agent acquisition. A discussion regarding fullback.
I don't get that.
How many teams will have a discussion regarding fullback?
I don't know. Will McClay today, right?
The Blitz expects Will McClay. They
Expects
expected him yesterday. I'm pretty comfortable. I would give you the exact time. I do not know. But Will McClay is expected to join the Blitz today. Also, Jimbo Fisher is in town. If your inner Aggie is tingling.
Are you going?
Well, I'm going to go if I feel like there's substantive things to be said or heard.
I feel you.
And if we don't get a stand-up or an interview, what's the point?
No, it ain't point.
Because
There's no point.
Everything else is just window dressing and propaganda as the road trip is about to begin. Coach's days are just around the corner.
I'm down.
Hey, don't go anywhere. There's lots to do on a full sporting day. If you haven't hit sasportstar.com, espnsa.com, your news is waiting on you and all the audio vault stuff. Rudy and I are going to go practice real hard, check the tape, and see you again tomorrow. Y'all be cool.
It's R&R in the morning. Follow Rob